I never said that. Chad, I never said that. Y'all never heard that, right? Right. Yo, what's going on today, Mars?
Hello, everyone.
Are you gonna cook somebody today?
Probably not, but
Probably
we'll
not.
see. We'll see.
If you do, I got somebody that I think you should put at the top of your list.
Okay.
I'm gonna text it to you right now.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
What's good, Domo?
I'm feeling great, feeling $100 richer. I woke up feeling like $100 man. Yeah, man.
Did you receive anything?
Oh well, nah. I ain't received nothing yet. But if you could, because some people just might not know, and it's okay. I sent the link in the private chat. Whenever you can, if you can just pull that up for everybody to see. I'm just saying, I love being Mr. I told you so and being Mr. Right. So Ticket. I know you and Shiloh got y'all thing going on. That ain't got shit to do with me. Listen, I'm an Apple Cash man, but you seem more of a Cash App guy. I'll send you the Cash App on the side because you lost the bet, sucker. Is that what you like to say? You lost the bet.
This link.
That link, yes. Yeah. Monty Williams. Just for a little context.
What's this all about?
Monty Williams was basically talking during a media day about his plans for his big men in Detroit. And ironically, two big men competing for the backup big spot are James Wiseman and Marvin Bagley. Now, I remember on this show, there was a certain someone who swore, because they played the same amount of games and James Wiseman ended up starting when he got traded there, that James Wiseman was going to start at center this upcoming season. Well, the head coach just let you know he's competing for the backup center spot in the rotation, which means the center spot only goes to one man and one man only. And his name is, hey, say it with me, chat, Jalen Duren, a.k.a. Ticket. I will send you my Cash App on the side. Just hit me on the hip, big partner. I know you got it. That's chump change. That's to fill up your ATVs. You ain't worried about that. You ain't worried about that, man.
First of all, has any games been played? Has we started the season?
Here we go.
I'm just being. Hold on. I didn't.
We can wait till the season. We can wait till the season.
I didn't interrupt you. I didn't even get to say one word. I didn't interrupt you.
You're right.
Your whole ass was up here hating on me when I tried to get my money from Shiloh. But now you hold on. I'm not finished. Your whole ass was up here hating on me when I tried to get my money from Shiloh. There hasn't been one regular season game even played yet in the NBA. And you didn't even play the tape. I didn't even see Ron play the tape. So, Ron, can you please play the tape where I bet him for one and play the tape with what Monty Williams said for two?
Play the tape where you bet. Oh, so you don't remember the bet no more?
No, I'm saying, no, I don't. I don't, because we make a lot of bets. Bob wrote one day. I know I got one with Bob. No, I'm being honest. All I'm asking you to do is pull up the tape for the bet and play what Monty Williams said. I do remember us having a conversation about the starting lineup for the Detroit Pistons. I don't remember us making a bet. If we made a bet, just pull it up. I pay the money if I lost. I don't have a problem with that.
Which episode was it? Jeez, now I gotta go.
That's what I'm saying.
Damo, you don't got no evidence, Damo.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, Damo,
you come to court with no evidence.
I'm not fake, Damo. I'm not fake. Hold on, Damo. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Damo. I'm not fake like these niggas. All you got to do is pull up the video where we made the bet. And hold on, Ron. Play the video right there with the interview for Monty Williams. I want to hear what he had to say.
All right, hold up. Here we go.
I got you.
I just want to hear what Monty Williams had to say.
There's a number that the analytics say makes sense for a game. Obviously, personnel is probably changes that. You coached a team that had three of the best this decade, I guess. Depending on personnel, like what is your philosophy on the mid-range in today's game?
Man, I'm not a guy that wants to take so many mid-range shots that it's inefficient as it relates to the amount of threes, but I do still believe that scoring trumps trends, and I think when you can score the ball in any way, it allows for you to set your defense. In today's economy, I think a lot of guys are jacking up threes they probably shouldn't take. A lot of those threes turn into transition opportunities. So I always tell guys, shoot shots that you're comfortable taking. If it's a 2, it's a 2. If it's a 3, it's a 3. Because we want to score so that we can set our defense.
It's still early in camp, but when you look at this big man rotation, how do you see Wiseman and Marvin kind of fitting in, and what have you seen from them in camp so far?
Yeah, it's a work in progress right now to figure out which one of those guys is going to step up and be the more than likely the backup big, and that's a tough spot because both guys, I wouldn't say deserve it, but they have the talent. Bags has a body of work. Wise is still young and learning. They both have enough ability to command that spot. We're just going to wait to see who steps up and takes it.
Okay, you said more than likely. All right, so we'll see what happens open tonight. Pull up the bet, and if I lost, I'll pay you. I don't have no problem with that. What's the problem? Mere bag of shells. Mere bag of shells. I don't have a problem with paying you $100 if I lost the bet. If I lost the bet, I lost. See, I'm not like those other guys. All I'm saying to you is pull up the bet. When you pull up the bet on opening night, if James Wiseman is not in the starting lineup and I bet you $100, you will have $100 on opening night, and I will send a receipt to everybody that's watching this video.
More importantly, did y'all hear what Coach Williams said though? Just we want to score the basketball. We don't got to jack up a bunch of threes. Shoot what's open. Shoot what you're given. Mid range, layup. I love that about coaching, man. Coach is coach, man. I love that. You don't let the calculator coach for you.
But yeah, I still with Shiloh, and fake ass Dr. J. Yeah, I want my money because I won the bet. And you guys, that's all y'all gonna see. I'm gonna after this week, I'm gonna leave and I'm not gonna come back until you pay me that money, Shaq. I promise you this. I'm gonna be on extended vacation until you pay me that money, bro.
We ain't never go to this nigga again.
Well, hey, that's cool.
Don't do that, bro.
That's cool. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. If I don't get the money, adios, sayonara. Straight like that. Because I'm a man of my word. Like I said, if I bet Domo, tell Domo to pull up the tape. And as soon as we had the first game of the season, when they say, hey, man, this is the lineup, and they go out there, and James Wiseman ain't starting lineup, Domo will have $100 in his account before he can even eat another cheeseburger. Period. That $100 will be in his account. Point blank, period. And for everybody who say, oh, Ticket, what happened with you and Low? I hit Low up as soon as me and Low made the stake bet. And Low was like, nah. Don't do it now because I'm busy. That wasn't my fault. I hit Low up. Low the one said don't do it. Because I was going to pull up to Low, and me and Low actually was going to go get a dinner together. Low was like his schedule didn't permit it. I asked him, did he want me to Uber it to him? He said, nah, he didn't want that. So let's just keep it 100. Anybody that bet, I'll pay the bet. Ain't no problem. But all I'm saying is at least play the tape. Y'all wanted to do it with Shiloh. Everybody ganged up on me with the Shiloh bet. And then this fake ass Dr. J y'all see on the screen right here on my avatar. He came in the comment section and told Ron, put up the poll. If most of the people are voting and saying Ticket won, I'll send them the bread now. Well, guess what? Ron did better than the poll. He put up the video. And in that comment section, the majority of the people say I won the bet. Where the money at? 500.
Like OJ trial.
Shaq make big bread overseas. Don't let Shaq fool y'all. He playing in Euro League. $500 ain't nothing to Shaq. Shaq, run that check. It ain't about the bread. It's about the principle. It's principalities to this thing. You understand what I'm saying? Point blank, period. You think Bumpy Johnson let somebody owe him any kind of money in the streets? What you think was going to happen if you owe Bumpy Johnson?
Comparing yourself to Bumpy Johnson is crazy.
Right now, I'm
trying to figure out why there was a poll. This was a simple bet.
Thank you.
This was a simple bet. The bet was the Miami Heat wasn't giving up Bam or Jimmy Butler. That was the bet.
And I told him that he wasn't going to the Miami Heat because the only way that the Heat was getting him was if he was giving up who, Chill? Bam or Jimmy Butler. That was the bet. He didn't go. And he literally didn't go. And the report came up because he wouldn't give up Bam or Jimmy Butler.
Why are we still having this conversation? I don't understand why we're having this conversation. What are we doing?
Hate me, bro. This whole channel is a Ticket TV hate channel, bro. You understand what you can't stop? You can't stop God's work. It is what it is, bro. Can't stop God's work. It is
God
what it is.
don't got nothing to do with this bet. God did not.
Hey, Bob, I'm always gonna shine, baby. Cream always rise. I'm always gonna shine. regardless, dog. That's where the hate come from. You know what I'm saying? That's where the hate come from. I'm always gonna shine. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Somebody found the clip of me and Ticket making that bet. I'll break you off something. I forget what. I don't know.
Hey, find the clip. Hey, Domo. Domo. You know why I respect Domo? I don't have no problem paying him if we bet and he won the bet because he paid me when we bet. He paid me. He's not like Shiloh. He didn't go hide the next day. We didn't duck and wait and then have Ron have to go put an AP bet on this sucker. Came up here and paid his bet. Point blank period.
I can't bet $500 if I don't got it. I can't.
That's right. I mean, no, but he said that though. No, and here's the thing though, Chilltown. Shiloh was talking real greasy, like he knew the deal was gonna happen. He was talking real greasy about that Miami deal. Yeah. We'll see when he's in Miami. Well, he ain't. He with Milwaukee. And did y'all hear what else happened today? And this really ticked me off. They said the Houston Rockets were going to give James Harden a max contract. They said he had a meeting with Ime Udoka and told Ime Udoka his plan was to come lead the league in scoring. Ime said, "Nah, it's okay. We don't want." Are you crazy? Is James Harden
he talked his way out of a max contract, is what they're saying. Like they were prepared to pay him, and he talked his way out of it by saying, "Yeah, I want to come to Houston and be the leading scorer in the league again." Ime was like, "Nah, that's not what we looking to do over here. We're not looking for you to be the 36 a game, James Harden. We want you to be a facilitating / leader, James Harden."
Big Ox, we had this conversation before. When you start school, you start with an A. It's up to you to keep that A. You can talk yourself out of that A. That A can turn into an F very easily. That's exactly what he did. I can't believe that.
Crazy, man.
This whole thing is about bread. And for this dude to actually get what he wanted, which was bread, max bread, where he wanted to be. Because if you asking me, I think James Harden wants to be back in Houston, in all honesty. And for him to be back in Houston, making max money, and all he had to do was be more of a, not just a mentor, but play your game and be more of a playmaker and a distributor for these young guys instead of being 35 a game, James Harden, which I don't think you can do that anymore anyway. And you'll get your max money. He completely talked himself out of that. Oh man, that's all him. 100%. He fumbled the bag.
Selfishness, man. Selfishness, bro. Over your team. And look, chill. I'm tell y'all something. I think that's what he's gonna do with Philly. I think he's gonna play reverse psychology. I think at this point he's gonna go to Philly, and they said he had a non-problematic practice. I think James Harden is gonna step on that court and shoot every freaking ball from game one. He's gonna make them one.
You the same one that said to me that James Harden would not. I told you he was gonna be in camp.
No, I'm saying no. Listen. I told you no. But he had everybody. No, but
and we can get past this.
I found out what happened though. All of his contemporaries behind the scenes went in on him. The NBA went in on him and said, "Bro, this is it. Like you're out of here if you don't go show up." I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go out there and jack up every single shot and try to lead the league in scoring. And they're gonna run him out of there because it's not gonna be what the coach wants to do. I'm telling you what's gonna happen. Watch what I tell you.
I believe it.
Wait and see.
You say you don't believe it?
No. I said I definitely believe that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go out there, Ron. I think he's gonna go out there and say, "Forget Joel Embiid, forget all these guys. I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna try to lead the league in scoring with this team that we have a team to try to compete for a championship." And I think he's gonna do it and try to push him out. I think he's gonna do the opposite of what they thought he was gonna do. They thought he was gonna shut it down. I don't think he's gonna shut it down. I think he's gonna go out there and literally try to lead the league in scoring. Because if he told even that,
if he does lead the league in scoring, is that necessarily a bad thing for Philly?
Yeah.
If he does officially, they win.
Depending on
we never know. He might average 34 a game. And
no, it's bad. It's bad because you should be playing. It's sort of like when we're looking at AD and LeBron. You should be playing through the big, right? You got big that's that dominant. You should be playing through the big, and then they got enough help on the team. If James Harden is leading the league in scoring, how everybody else gonna get in the rhythm? They always complain about Tobias Harris. How you gonna get in the rhythm? What is Maxey going to be doing if James Harden is shooting more shots? You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about the progressiveness of the rest of the team if he's trying to lead the league in scoring. Because James Harden ain't going to lead the league in scoring on efficiency. Ask Mars to pull up the numbers. He'll pull up the numbers for you. Like when he led the league in scoring, he get into the free throw line a lot, jacking up a lot of threes, all this other stuff. So that's what you want to see. ISO, dribble, step back, pull up three all night.
Yeah, he should focus on leading the league in
question.
assists. That'd be a lot better.
Question, Ticket. So do you feel maybe not lead the league in scoring, but could James Harden lead the Sixers in scoring and they still be competitive and win?
No, because how he shoots, how he plays. James Harden to score the ball, it's like Dub said. I think Mars and Dub said this. He really don't have the explosiveness no more to get by guys like he used to. So all he's going to be doing is selling for the step back J, which is going to be dribble, step back jump shot, step back.
Okay, I get. So it's just his play style. It's just his play style in order for what he needs to do to lead that team. Because I was about to say that's crazy seeing how just yesterday or probably a day or two ago you were saying Damian Lillard can play with Joel Embiid and be the number one on the Sixers. And they be a formidable team.
Yeah,
but you're saying it's how he plays. I get it, but it's how James Harden plays.
Yeah. Dame can score Dame can still is explosive, can get to the basket and score in a variety of ways. James Harden can only score really one way right now, and that's trying to manipulate the refs by drawing bull job fouls and shooting a step back three. He ain't really beat nobody off the dribble no more. Like he used to could do that in his early Houston days where he could just dribble you and then get you to the cup and throw you off. Now he literally has to be hitting those threes, because if you look at his big games in the playoffs, Chill, he was making like 7 or 8 threes in those games where he had 40 against the Celtics. If he's not doing that, the dude was scoring like 4 points, 5 points if he's not hitting those shots. So yeah, man, he ain't finna, man. He ain't, and even the year he was averaging 36, what was he shooting from the three, Domo? Like 35%?
I'm not even sure. I have to look. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, he's shooting like what, 35, 34%, and he's getting like 15 or 12 to 15 free throws a game, leading the NBA in free throws. He ain't finna do that no more. He was doing that because he was able to manipulate the whistle. So, hey, if I'm Joel Embiid, hold on, Bob, you look like that, but if you're Joel Embiid, do you want to play with that? If you're Joel Embiid,
wait a second. Hold on, real quick, because I'm shaking my head not because of what you said, bro. That don't got. I'm not reacting to everything you said.
Okay.
I'm shaking my head because I used to hate watching James Harden play like that. That's what made me so mad, bro. For real.
I'm thinking about what you just said, thinking about him, them people getting in his ear and telling him, "Yo, you're about to be on your way out." Well, if that's true. Why would I come in and be a disruption with the Philadelphia 76ers? Well, what you mean a disruption? I'm shooting all the balls. Well, if I'm shooting all the balls, there's no way I'm shooting all the balls and Joel Embiid is effective. If I'm averaging 34 a game, 35 a game, there's no way that Tobias Harris is as effective. There's no way that Maxey is as effective if I'm shooting all the shots. So if that's true, focus, Domo. Focus, Domo. Anyway, if I'm shooting all the shots, let me just change one word. I'm sorry. If I'm shooting all the shots, a lot of these guys aren't as effective, and I'm throwing off the unit. And if I'm throwing off the unit, I'm being a disruption, which means that I'm screwing up my money even more now. So why would he do that?
Because he wants to get traded. He wants to move him. See, he doesn't want to go the route where he looks like he quit. So if he looks like he's quit or faking an injury or something like that, he doesn't want to go that route. So he's going to go balls to the wall. He's going to go, hey, man, I'm going to come out here, take over. And then what it's going to do is make everybody mad and say, hey, man, trade this guy, man. He playing. He can't fit what we're trying to do. That's what the coach is going to do. The coach he's playing for now is not. He's not going to want to deal with that. Nick Nurse.
If he doing that though, who's going to want him now? Who's going to trade for him? Like I'm saying
teams are going to. The strippers still wanted to trade for him now, even though everything they just didn't want to give up a lot for him. I'm saying he's going to force their hand. They're going to want to sit him down or have him away from the team. Listen. Bob, you a big. Ain't no way in hell Joel Embiid's gonna keep running up and down the court and James Harden coming out shooting a step back three every time. It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna. Dudes gonna get ticked off, especially when the coach is drawing up a play and you running something else. Remember, this is what his beef was with Doc Rivers. They said his beef with Doc Rivers is that Doc wouldn't let him be the number one option. Fool, you playing with Joel Embiid? You ain't never gonna be the number one option. Sit down. Like LeBron said he don't want to be the number one option right now. We talking about LeBron James who just averaged 30. He said he don't want to be the number one option. He said it's AD's team. Give it to AD. Get the ball to the big man. Get the ball to AD. Right? He's been trying to do it. Everybody say he's been trying to do it for 3 years. They say he's been trying to do it for 3 years.
You know, Brian, though. He probably.
But that's not his fault. That's not his fault. But that's AD's fault, though. That's AD fault because AD didn't take the reins. If AD was a true G and really wanted the ball, he demanded. He'll take the reins. He didn't really want to take it. You got to be honest in that situation. Any dude that one game he got 30, the next game he got 14, he don't really want it. Joel Embiid is giving you 30 every night. Ain't no way James Harden coming down there. Watch what I tell you, Chill Town. You're going to see. Harden going to come down, step back every time, Chill. Watch what I tell you. They're going to trade.
I didn't know. I'm just real quick. I didn't know that year that you was talking about Ticket when he was averaging 36. He was shooting 37. 2018. Yeah, he was shooting 37 from the field, but on 13 threes is great. I did not know
37% from threes on 13 threes is
that's the only Domo. That's the only way he's
y'all
scoring
wonder, y'all wonder why I feel the way about James Harden.
Amazing, Jalen. You think that's good?
Y'all wonder why I feel this way
37%
about
on
James Harden.
13 threes?
You think that's good?
On what he did, I'll take that.
I think that's all time great.
That's
all time great.
About 13 threes, 37%. That's amazing.
Threes?
Bro,
No,
Steph
like,
Curry shoot
Shoot that many threes.
Steph Curry shoot over 40. Steph Curry shoot over 40 if he shoot 40.
Well, I'm not going to get him to Steph Curry standards.
Yeah, we get that.
No, because he's hold on, because he's there. Hold on, because he's in that range as far as catching Steph Curry for threes, made threes. The 3-point shooting. No, I'm saying, but Mars, if you up Klay Thompson's threes, he's gonna shoot 40. If you all the real good 3-point shooters, you can up their attempts, they still gonna shoot what they shoot. Like Buddy Hield, he got them big ass teeth, he's still shooting 40 from the three. Regardless of how many attempts he's taking, he's still shooting 40 from the three.
If you're shooting that many shots, like you just said, Jalen, I mean, it's great, but you live by the three, you're going to die by the three. So you're going to have games where he goes 10 for 18 on the long ball, but then you're also going to have games where he goes 4 for 14 or 0 for 11. So you live by the three, you die by the three. I'm not loving my primary ball handler shooting 13 threes. Don't get me wrong, they won 65 games. They did win 65 games. They did win 65 games that year. But don't forget, James Harden did have playoff games. 0 for 11, 4 for like 16 on the long ball. Like that's not good. If you're living by the three, you're gonna die by the three.
The year
he averaged 13 threes, bro.
Yeah,
he averaged 13
threes. The year that Steph averaged 13 threes, he shot 42%. That is fucking insane.
That's nuts. Yeah,
that's just.
I told you. Hey,
that's 2 out of every 5 threes I'm making. 2 out of every 5 threes I'm making. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's
But Mars Blackman. All I'm saying to you is this, Mars. If you take the top 3-point shooters, they all shooting the same as they shoot. If you took Ray Allen, when you upped his threes, he shot actually better from the 3-point in his career. When you upped his attempts, if you look at Ray Allen, if you look at all of the really good 3-point shooters, they up there. James Harden is the only dude. Guys like him and Trae Young are the only dude who jack up all these threes, and their percentages don't match the amount of threes that they take. All the other great 3-point shooters, all the other great 3-point shooters, if you look throughout their career, when their attempts went up, their percentages stayed the same or even went a little bit higher.
Steph Curry has to be the only guy to shoot plus 40% on 10 plus threes. He has to be. Is he the only guy?
Buddy Hield might be around 40%. On 10. But the difference to me, and I don't know if this is something that's being factored in, how many of James Harden's threes are self-created? Steph in 21, when he was shooting 42% on 13 threes, 59% of his threes were assisted. 2019 James Harden averaging 36 on 13 threes, 16% were assisted. That means 84% of his threes he's creating for himself and shooting 37%. If you have someone,
step back,
and I'm not saying it's great to watch. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you have someone who on command can create a three at 37% clip, 13 times a game, that is elite. That is all-time great.
Wait a minute, Mark.
You were tapping for James Harden yesterday, Mark. You were tapping for James Harden yesterday, Mark. You love James Harden. Just admit it, bro.
See, this is the thing. I'm not saying anything from a place of bias. I'm just saying it how I see it. I don't care if I like James Harden or I don't. I'm saying it how I see it. I don't have to push an agenda to talk about a player. I'm just saying what I see is if someone's creating 84% of their threes at 13 threes a game, that's about 11 or 12 threes a game they are creating for themselves. At 37%. We've never seen that before. Steph Curry hasn't done that. Damian Lillard hasn't done that. Buddy Hield hasn't done that. Ray Allen hasn't done that. Reggie Miller hasn't done that. Kyle Korver, Steve Nash, Mark Price, Steve Kerr, whoever you want to name. No one has done that. I'm not saying he's on any of these guys' levels of shooter. I'm saying 37% on 13 threes a game when you are creating damn near all of them is elite. No team has someone who can get that level of efficiency on command. No one has that.
Now let me ask you this question, Miles. Now, let me ask you this question, Mars, because you brought up the numbers about 16% are assisted. Well, up 16% was assisted. Of those 16% that were assisted, how many of those was he actually making? And the 84% that he was shooting, so the 84% that he's shooting, that he's creating, how many of those are he actually making? Because we're talking about a James Harden who's pounding the basketball and taking tough threes. So how many of those are he actually making? That 37% is 37% as a whole. Now, when you talk about that 84%, you're talking about that with him creating his own shot. What is the percentage of him creating his own shot on 84% of those threes? And how many of those are he's converting as opposed to Steph Curry, who was getting a lot of shots assisted to him?
I can try and find that. I know James Harden catch and shoots 39% is what he was shooting on catch and shoots
in that season. So he was shooting almost 40% on catch and shoot. So that would be assisted, right? Yes. So that would be assisted. So almost 40% of his assisted threes that was converted. It was because somebody was making a shot for him. So now let's go back to the 84% that he was converting, the 84% that he was shooting. What was the conversion rate on that?
Based on logic, if he's shooting 39% on catch and shoots, but they're only 16% of his shots, but he shot 37% overall, he was probably around 36%.
Yeah, 35, 36. Lowest 35 points
on created looks. Yeah. He also shot 43% on wide open threes. So James Harden's an elite shooter. No matter how you want to slice it, he's an elite shooter. And I'm not saying he's Steph Curry. No one's Steph Curry. 42% on 13 threes is impossible. No one's doing
anyone's 65.
But if you're shooting 43% on wide open threes, 39% on catch and shoot threes, and you're still creating 84% of your threes and you're taking 13 a game, that's unprecedented efficiency and volume. That's all I'm saying. If that makes me someone who loves James Harden, so be it. I'm just saying it how I see it. I don't have an agenda to push about James Harden. I didn't know he was going to talk about this. I'm just saying from my perspective, if you have someone who on command can create a 36% three-point look, you take that every single time. The same way
Mars, I had to say this to you. I have to call cap on one thing you said. And here's the cap with James Harden that you fail to realize. A lot of them shots that he missed, he got phantom foul calls on, so he had to go to the free throw line and shoot three. So a lot of those shots that should have been misses that he was shooting from three, he's kicking out his legs, getting phantom calls. Remember, a lot of people were complaining about that, and they changed the three-point rules about how you could land and all this other stuff. And when you're shooting the ball now, they changed the rules because of the stuff James Harden was doing. Remember, even though James Harden got credited for threes he did make doing that dribble, step back stuff, James Harden also was going to the free throw line a lot off manipulating fake foul calls and phantom foul calls by kicking both his legs out, falling down off the step back, doing all kind of crazy stuff where he was going to the free throw line. He probably led the NBA in three-point foul shooting that season, those seasons that he averaged all those points.
I think he's led it every single year.
I'm saying. So what I'm saying is this. I'm talking about strictly from the three. So I'm saying all those shots he would have missed.
I think he's led it.
Yeah, I'm saying all those shots he would have missed. Bro, dude was half of them shits was phantom fouls. They were just giving him the whistle. That's why that season, when they took the whistle away, we really saw. Remember, he was one of the ones that was complaining. He couldn't score no more. The only dude that was still getting buckets like that out of them guards was guys like Steph Curry. When they changed the rules, Dame was struggling. All them dudes were struggling. They started crying about the refs not making calls, and they started crying. Trae Young was crying. You remember that Chilltown? When all them dudes was crying when the refs did that? James Harden was a him, and Trae Young was the leader of the troops, bro. And it showed you what happened when you took the whistle away from them guys, and they couldn't manipulate the game, doing the stupid stuff they was doing, getting them dumb fouls, shooting threes. James Harden way ain't gonna work, bro. And you was in here capping for him yesterday, Mars. Talking about some, this, that, and the third. Me and Chilltown was grilling your ass about just winning and your effect on winning as being that guy. So yeah, you should, and I do think you should have gave him more blame for most of them times he lost, because his style ain't worth two you know what's. And Kobe Bryant told him that before he passed away. Kobe Bryant told him that before he passed away, and they said Kobe was hating. Well, obviously Kobe was telling.
He was right. No, he was right. He was absolutely right.
I think I've said that multiple times. I don't know. Maybe you wasn't on the show when I've said it.
No, I'm saying, but he was the main reason they lost.
Many times wasn't going to win. The fact that he nearly won in 2018 sometimes blows my mind, because I didn't think that style of play was going to win. Same reason I don't think Luka's play style was going to win. I've said this multiple times. I've just said I don't blame someone 100% for losing. And I agree with you about him maybe getting some fake foul calls, I think that also hurts him in the playoffs, because I think I've seen many instances where he actually does get fouled on threes, but the whistle's tighter and he doesn't get the call and he end up losing because, in part, he's still looking for those foul calls that he's not getting. So I 100% agree with that. I also think a lot of the time he just does get fouled, which is why he does lead the league all time in 3-point fouls. I think he has like 540 3-point fouls, which is like more than 200 than whoever's in second place, which is probably Steph. So yes, I agree that probably hurts him. It doesn't hurt his efficiency because it obviously doesn't count. I think that's the point you're making about how he would be more inefficient if they stopped giving him those foul calls and bailing him out of misses. I agree, sure. I also think there's been many times where he has got fouled and it's cost him in big games where they haven't called it. For example, the game 7 in which I said I don't think he played that badly. You can go watch that game. He got fouled on about 4 3-pointers in the first half that they just didn't call one of them.
But Mars, but wouldn't you? Shouldn't he be blamed 100% if if it's games that we're telling you that if he played the way he's supposed to play and they lost, isn't that 100% his fault they lost?
No,
it should be 100%. Like when you're a superstar, you got different standards, bro. I'm saying no. I'm saying when you're a superstar and you getting paid the money that those superstars get paid, you operate by a different standard. So yes, it is when you don't come through, it is 100% your fault when you lose. The same way you get most of the praise when you win, it is most of the blame when you lose. And in those series he lost, in most of those series, I 100% get the blame. You were sitting here yesterday, capping, talking about he played well in that game 7. No, he didn't. He didn't play well because if he saw them missing 27 straight 3-pointers, Mars, him being on the ball, he would have took the game over and said, "Nah, we're not doing that no more." But he played right into that game as the leader of that team. That's his fault. That's 100% on him. Period. He's on the court. He did that, and you can also get Mike D'Antoni for that as well. But that's on him. This is on James Harden for not wanting to change his game. Doc Rivers wanted him to change his game. Y'all come here and get on Doc Rivers all the time. Doc wanted him to change his game. This fool went and got Doc fired. And what happened, Mars? He's still unhappy. He's still complaining. He still want to do it his way. How many more excuses do we give guys like James Harden? These guys, you supposed to be
is James Harden toxic? Is he a toxic super? Is James Harden a toxic superstar? Is he a cancer?
Right. He's the worst. He's the worst, bro. He's the worst superstar in the history of the NBA. In the history of the game, you can't find one superstar that's worse.
I think he's getting
name one that's worse. Name one that's worse.
Number 32 from the Utah Jazz.
Who was that? Who was that?
Number 32 from the Utah Jazz.
He talking about he talking about off the court.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about in the NBA, Mars. I'm talking about in the NBA on the court. James Harden is the worst
on and off the court. James isn't just coming with a bad style of play on the court. He doesn't just fall apart in the playoffs. James is also doing things off the court, the fat suit, the strip clubs, all the other stuff, showing up to training camp late, everything. Like James it's on and off the court. It hasn't just been on the court antics.
I don't know if the strip clubs had a negative effect.
Number 32.
Here's extra nasty, but here's the thing with the strip clubs is it's like it's the perception. Like Lou Will was in the strip club eating wings, and he had come out the next day and put 30 on your head, But I'm saying like it's the perception though. The media gonna twist it and make it seem like, oh well, he in a strip club late at night throwing 50,000. Every time he has a bad game, it's because of that. They're going to try to correlate the two with that, and it becomes a distraction, especially with a superstar like James Harden. They're going to make it.
I mean, with that being said, too, somebody brought it up in the chat. Like AI was a distraction too. Like Allen Iverson wasn't just a, what I'm saying, wasn't a smooth selling superstar, if you will. Like he had a lot of shit going on and off the court.
But you ain't never accused him of quitting. Hold on, you never accused AI quitting on the court. We watched James Harden flat out quit against the San Antonio Spurs. We watched James Harden quit. That was a game, and the San Antonio Spurs was weak.
On top of that, too, Michael Jordan left the squad twice. Like he quit in the middle of an epic run. So that's pretty bad too. Like if you ask me if I'm
I've never seen Jordan. Jalen Carter, you get off your knees too, Jalen Carter. You talking about some he quit? He ain't never quit, dog.
Hold up, right quick. Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
If I'm the Bulls organization, the owner, GM, Bulls fans, and I'm what I'm saying, in the mid 90s, and we just repeat, and then in 94 he's like, I'm going to play baseball. No, that's a fucked up
Bro, he was
superstar
scared of a
move.
key.
So.
We know
Bob,
this.
you a lying ass. Hey, Bob, you a
Hey, I ain't
skunk
lying.
that,
You
bro.
was there. It
You a
happened.
skunk.
It happened.
Hold on,
happened.
Bob. The man's father passed away. How he quit? How he
That
quit?
was some straight bullshit.
How he quit? His pops passed away. How he quit?
You got to dedicate it to your father. Dedicate the season to your father. Come out and play.
Hold on, Jalen. I know you ain't. Hey, Jalen. I know you ain't talking, Jalen. Jalen, I don't make Jalen.
Ticket, you are the epitome of adjusting cap. Are you not?
He ain't. Hold on. He didn't quit though.
Hold on, Ticket. Are you the epitome? I'm asking you a simple question, Ticket. Are you the epitome of adjusting cap? Are you not? When somebody's on some nonsense, do you not?
Hold on, chill.
This is what I'm asking you.
If you won, how's that quitting? He won 3 straight. How's that quitting?
Okay, I'm explaining it to you right now, Ticket. You are the epitome of adjusting cap. When somebody is on some nonsense, you quit to get them off of it. Is that not correct? So we're talking about a dude in Michael Jordan who said, quote, me and my father, after they beat Phoenix, were the only ones who knew that this was my last game. So let's dead the logic that his father got killed. That's why he retired. No, it wasn't. Him and his father, he had already decided after they beat Phoenix that he was out. He had already decided. He's on record. That's number one. Number two, last I checked, you have a contract. Jordan had 2 more years on his deal. It wasn't like he was a free agent. He had 2 more years on his deal.
That's quitting?
After that season. He had 2 more years on his deal.
Hold on, chill.
No more.
No, hold on, chill. So if you retire after winning 3 straight championships, that's quitting?
Yes, he had 2 years left on the
man, y'all do some straight. Y'all dudes are like Godfather's hoes up here.
Ticket. This is what I want to make sure that we're going to talk about it. We got to, because again, Ticket, you are the epitome of adjusting cap. If we're going to talk about it, we got to tell the whole story, and then now you can figure it out however you want to figure it out.
Hold on, chill town.
He still had 2 more years left on his contract.
So if
I got 2 more years left on my contract. We just won the NBA championship. I don't want to play anymore. I'm not getting ran out.
Right.
I'm not getting ran out. We're not that bad. I just don't want to play no more. What is that?
Really gonna run with this narrative?
It's not a narrative. It's a
These are the facts, Ticket. I'm going once again in the words of Ticket. These are facts.
Hold on, bro. Y'all only do this over here. You buffoons will sit up here and make it seem like LeBron James, who you praise on a daily basis, in multiple NBA finals that he lost. But you're gonna tell me that a man who won 3 world championships. And here's the funny part, right? LeBron James still had years on his deal, and he running around here talking about he was thinking about retiring. Was Chilltown out here saying, "Oh, Chilltown went out here saying, "Oh man, he's a quitter if he quit." Chilltown wasn't saying that. He wasn't saying if he retired now, for years on his deal, he'll quit.
First and foremost, I didn't say quit. What I'm doing is I'm giving you the rest of the story. That's what I'm giving you. I didn't say Jay quit. I'm telling you the rest of the story. He still had 2 more years left on his deal. His father and his father had already known that he was quitting after they beat Phoenix. He's on record saying that. My father and I were the only ones. Now, Ticket, when you present facts, you're so confident and so wanting to hear that you presented facts. When somebody else presents facts to you, we're on some bullshit.
He won 3. Hold on. Hey, Chilltown. I just want to ask you a question. How can you quit?
That's not the problem.
How can you quit? I'm asking you a question. How can you quit when you won? When you won, Chilltown. Hold on, I'm gonna say it to you again. He won 3 straight chips, 3 straight. He already had the commissioner of the league down his back. Already going into that postseason, he already had the commissioner down his back because of the gambling issues. We already understand that. That's why. Hold on, I'm not finished yet. He won 3 straight chips. Nobody ran him out of basketball on the court. Nobody made him quit on the court. He won 3 finals MVPs and said, "You know what? I'm tired of dominating these clowns. I'm going home."
So Ticket. I just want to know. Ticket, I just want to know what you would classify it as.
Ron. If we're at the park, and me and you, we go run the table, and we win 5 straight games, and we say,
that sounds about right.
Hold on, Ron. Chilltown is the type of bum who lost every game sitting on the sideline saying, "Oh, y'all gonna quit now? Y'all ain't gonna run it back and play again?" Nigga, we won every game.
So let's rewind the clock. Rule number one. Number one, I have been on the court and I have held the ball and made it clear ain't nobody winning until we quit. Let's start there. Number two, if we running the table, I'm not just gonna take my ball and leave. What the hell I'm leaving for? We running the table. Go with somebody else. This is our point. What are you talking about, Ticket?
What another?
What are you talking about? Somebody kicked me off.
There's a meme. You're not asking for letting these dudes push the narrative on this channel, Ron.
I can't stop these niggas from pushing the narrative.
Ain't nobody pushing the narrative, Ron. What we're doing is we're presenting the other facts. Ticket only wants to talk about the story from his perspective and leave out certain facts. Certain facts are important, relevant to the story, like the fact that Michael Jordan and his father had already known that he was quitting. Okay, let me rephrase that, Ticket. Michael Jordan and his father, Michael Jordan and his father knew that was his last game when they played in Phoenix. They already knew that. So the fact that his father passed away, that doesn't matter because that was already decided. But when his father was here, that's a fact. Jordan is on record saying that. That's number one. Number two, again, Ticket, he had a contract. He was under contract for 2 more years. Now, if I'm under contract, I am obligated to do my job. That's what a contract is for. If I walk away from that contract, what am I doing?
Well, let me ask you a question, Chilltown. If I give you a contract to build a house, and it's a 3-year, you have a 3-year contract to build a house, and you build a house in 1.5 years, why the hell you got to stay for another 1.5 years? You already built the house within the time of the contract.
No, Ron, that's a good point. That's a great point.
It ain't like you got to build a neighborhood and then got to build another neighborhood. The NBA didn't stop after they won the NBA championship. The NBA was still going on.
Did LeBron James quit against the Boston Celtics?
Here we go again.
I'm asking you, did he quit? Hold on. Did LeBron James quit against the Boston Celtics?
No, he didn't because he played the next year.
No,
he didn't quit.
I said it.
Ron, this is the thing. This is the thing, Ron. Look, if Michael Jordan would have signed a contract that said, look, I'm signing a 3 championship contract, like after I win 3 championships and I'm done. But that's not what he did. Hold on.
What more did the Bulls want for? What more did they want for?
Hold on.
To get another DPOY and MVP in the same season? Well, he had to lead the league in scoring for 2 more years? What more did y'all want from?
I know you're doing your job saving Ticket, Ron. I know you're doing your job saving
How about that, Mars? How about that for an idea, Mars?
You tell another lie too, Mars. You tell another lie too.
Mars, is that ridiculous for me to hold you to your contract, Mars?
I heard what you just said.
Ridiculous for me to hold you to your contract, Mars.
The Bulls would like a player they gave a contract to play every year of their contract on the.
How about that, Mars? How about I hold you to your contract,
It's not
Mars? How
for a
about that?
concept. It's what every team wants from their players. They
So hold on, let me get this straight. So everybody in this channel gonna say any person in NBA history that retired early and didn't fulfill their contract is a quitter.
Yeah, quit.
Wait,
if
you
stopped playing in the NBA before your contract was done, by your own decision.
Ron, so Ron, the people's Ron. So if you got a contract, Ron, and you don't feel like that you can fulfill the contract, maybe because your body ain't feeling right or something like that, and instead of steal money, you decide to retire. These buffoons up here will call you a quitter. The only on the player's choice. Hold on. Only on the player's choice with these clowns pushing narrative that you can run the table, Ron. Win 3 straight, which is what nobody had done at that time, except for the Boston Celtic days, back in the goddamn 60s or 70s or whatever. Up until then, nobody else had did what Jordan did. Right. He walked away from the game because he said, I beat all you clowns. There ain't nothing else left to do. I dominated the game. I got MVPs. I got scoring titles. I got Defensive Player of the Year award. He got every freaking award he did in the NBA. He walked away from the clown.
So did Jordan retire because he was tired of running the table or because his dad died? Because 5 minutes
all of it. It was all rolled in one.
It's because he just got bored of winning everything.
It was all mixed in one. It was all mixed in one.
If you say that you took everything, broke it down in a rap, twisted it up.
Right. And Mars, since you want to be a jackass too, guess what he did? Since you was running your rabbit ass mouth, he came back and won 3 more, sucker. Now put that in your pipe.
Lost first too. He came back and lost first to Shaq and the Magic.
I'm gonna Bro, hey, Jalen, you should be forbidden from talking. You should be forbidden from talking until the dude you praised had a 500 record in the finals. So shut the hell up, man. You shouldn't be able to talk. You shouldn't be able to talk. You shouldn't be able to talk to the dude you said the king has a 500 record in the finals.
Jalen, we're not making this a LeBron James.
I know, yeah.
No, we're not. We're not doing that.
We can. Why not?
That's what he want to do, Mars. That's what he want to do.
Jordan fans get so defensive about Michael Jordan that if you bring up Michael Jordan, LeBron James has to follow
immediately. Which has nothing to do with this. It has nothing to do with this, Mars.
Nothing. Go crazy.
This has nothing to do with this.
Nothing. Without bringing up LeBron James in the next sentence.
Because
Ticket, LeBron James lives on their minds rent free. It's ridiculous.
If Jalen had a chance, he'll do it right now.
I am a James guy, Mars. Yes or no?
If Jalen had a chance to ban a spot, Domo, Jalen will do it right now.
During this conversation, did I bring up James one time?
No,
during this conversation, he has nothing to do with this. I brought the rest of the facts to the case that we were talking about, Ticket, which you also brought about. The commissioner was breathing down his neck. Ticket, can you tell the people in the stands what ended up happening after the investigation with the commissioner? What did they find out from Jordan?
That he had to do the check with the guy with the shady guy. I forget his name.
Let me refer. Okay, let me help you out, Ticket.
I forget his name.
That's what happened, Ticket. After all the investigations, the commissioner completely cleared him. He had nothing to do with any of this nonsense.
No. They didn't clear. They didn't clear. Remember, he got connected. Hold on, chill. Tell the truth. Remember, he got connected to the shady guy that was with the golf with one of his golf buddies. He got connected to the. Hold on, chill. We're gonna tell the truth now. He got connected to that guy. And I think it was a check or something like that that connected him to the shady guy he was playing golf with. Now, Mike said he didn't know that what business that guy was in, but they did connect him to that situation. But they ended up saying that he didn't, I guess, maliciously, you know what I'm saying, do something wrong in that situation. But they did tie him, and they did have an investigation into him about that situation, bro. So come on, man, cut it out, man. And the league, the league didn't want no part to that.
No, Ticket. That's Ticket. Rewind. You just said, quote, they didn't connect him, which means that the investigation that the league had, they found nothing. So they cleared him. He was done. Is that fact, Ticket?
That's why he was able to come back too. They had different investigations.
Ticket. That's what happens when you investigate.
Right, so that's another reason. Hold on, but that's another reason. I'm gonna let you go, Domo. That's another reason why the NBA legends, the NBA aficionados at that time said that the league really wanted Mike to walk away at that time because of that investigation. It wouldn't look good for the league, so he had to walk away. And then when everything was clear, he came back. That's the truth, bro. Go ahead, Domo.
I'm sorry.
I'm just confused on why so many people have an issue with the term quitting when so many players have quit before in different aspects of the game, in different aspects of life. Quitting isn't always a bad thing. If you have a job you don't like, you leave it, you quit your job. It's not always a bad thing. Jordan legit, if you want to look, he quit. It's fine.
I ain't quit. Y'all do some
hold on.
Y'all some clowns, bro.
All right, man. Let me finish. All I'm saying is Jordan did indeed quit. So did LeBron. LeBron's had moments where he quit. So did Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen's out on the bench and pouted and quit in the game. Someone brought up that Barry Sanders quit. Yes, the nigga said, you know what? I don't want to play football no more because I don't want my body being damaged. So he quit playing football. Same thing with Calvin Johnson. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. That's crazy.
Damo, I'm going to ask you a question. Damo, I'm going to ask you a legitimate question. Damo, have you ever played? Damo, have you ever played?
Let me finish. They quit. Quitting is a normal thing. People brought up, I'm addressing the chat. Did Magic quit? Magic was forced to quit because people didn't want to touch him. They literally did not. They were scared to touch him.
He got ran out.
AIDS or HIV first. So he had to quit. When he was forced to quit on his own volition, planned to quit, thought about quitting right at the moment. He had to quit.
Hey, y'all. So Domo, let me ask you a question, Domo. So you've been on the basketball court before. If you're running the table on the court and Chilltown is getting the hell beat out of him every game, I've been on the court at times where I keep beating the hell out of these guys. Man, I'm tired of beating your ass, man. I'm going home to do something else. I don't have to hold on, Domo. I don't have no requirement to stay here and keep kicking your ass. Chilltown sorry ass.
Actually, you did. Actually, that's a completely different situation. I'm sorry.
I got you right, Chilltown. Because it is a clause. Hold on, Chilltown. Because it is a clause in every player's contract that they have a right to retire. Janet Jackass. Now look it up. And if you don't believe me, I can bring a real NBA player. Hold on. I can bring a real NBA players on here that can tell you that in their contract they have. Hold on. In the NBA players' contracts, they have clauses that permits them to leave their contract to retire from the sport. Every pro athlete has it. That's not called quitting.
They have a right to quit. No one said it.
There we go.
Yeah. They have a right to quit.
There is a clause that says if you're tired of playing,
that's okay.
You have a right to
Mars. Mars and Domo. You, Mars and Domo, the three bums on the court getting y'all ass kicked every game. And when I finish kicking y'all ass and I leave, oh man, Ticket, why you leave, man? Let's play another game. Let's run it back. I ain't running it back. I already whooped y'all ass 3 times. The hell out of here, man.
Ticket quit playing because he got tired of winning. That's exactly
you guys are a joke, man. Y'all dudes is clowns, man. Now they push a narrative only on Players' Choice where they push a narrative that Michael Jordan was a quitter. This is disgusting.
The word quit. I think the word quit is the problem here. And again, your guy, the late great Kobe Bryant, said, "quote There's no shame in quitting." He said that, and there isn't. I think you hear the word quit automatically, and you automatically think you're giving up.
You're a liar.
No, that doesn't mean that I'm giving up.
How the word quit makes
you're a liar, bro.
Right, that's all it is.
I already know what he's gonna do. He's gonna chop this up in a video. He's gonna chop this up in a video, an 8 to 10 minute video.
No, I know what he's gonna do. No, we're not doing that ticket. No, we're not.
Listen. Y'all are disgusting because y'all pushing this narrative to the young. Y'all pushing this narrative to the young generation. Y'all dudes are sad, bro. Y'all do a real warrior, a real dude who came out here and stood on 10, a real dude who could have quit after he was getting the hell beat out of him by the Detroit Pistons. He didn't run and switch franchises. He didn't let nobody push him off his throne. All he did was come back. All he did was come back and win 3 straight after they was beating the hell out of him. He could have got up. He could have left. He could have ran away. He didn't do that. He stayed with his squad. He went and got in the weight room, and he came back and won more championships than all of them dudes had. And then he said, "You know what, man?
Hey, Ticket. They both got questions for you. Who do you want to go first, Ticket?
You ain't gonna answer your question, though, man.
I don't care. Let both of them, man. Shut your ass up, Whoopi. Let them go first, man.
Mars, go ahead. You can answer.
When things aren't going well for you on the show and you leave the panel for the rest of the show, did you quit?
What you say?
When things aren't going how you want them to on this show and you feel you're being disrespected or you feel the chat's getting onto you, or you feel
disrespect. Y'all disrespect. Y'all come in here calling a man, y'all called the ultimate warrior in the NBA history a quitter.
Warrior?
Yes, the ultimate warrior. The ultimate warrior in the NBA. Only you guys will come on here and put a narrative that this dude's a quitter. It's disgusting. Only this channel will dudes make John Stockton seem like he wasn't a great point guard. Only this channel will terrorize and put narratives on certain dudes. You understand what I'm saying? And discharacterize these dudes only on this channel, man. Disgusting, bro. Michael Jordan was a true warrior.
Only on this channel
you're saying because you can't get nobody your age from that era to tell you Michael Jordan was a quitter. Nobody.
They don't want to realize the flaws of Michael Jordan.
Watching them. But can I just finish saying what I was saying? Cool.
Go ahead, Domo. I'm sorry.
So, Ticket, because Mars brought up a good point, and I mean, you ducked that one, that's fine. So, earlier today, this very show, if you just rewind, when you said, I'm going to boycott and not come on the show anymore unless I get my money, couldn't that be seen as you quitting the show in terms of a boycott to get what you want?
No, because if you ain't get your money, would you show up?
Wait, hold on, Ticket. Stop right there. Domo, stop right there.
Joel Embiid just committed to Team USA.
Hold on,
Joel Embiid just committed to Team USA.
What?
That's all-time team.
Joel Embiid just committed to Team USA.
Oh, damn, I'm seeing that he did.
Oh, say, can you?
Hey, man, this
hold on.
Sing it, Jalen. Sing it.
I don't even know.
Get back.
Can we
get back on what Domo just said? Can we get back on that, please? Can we get back on what Domo just said?
The reason why I'm going to get back on what he just said. I'm waiting on him. Go ahead.
Because what Domo just said, you made it clear to Dr. J, if you don't get your bread, you out of here. Now, what's the difference between that and if you fire my head coach, I ain't playing no more?
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying to you. He said that because of the simple fact they had won 6 championships, fool. Why would you change the coach? Hold on, Chilltown, hold on. No, why would you change the coach after we won 6 championships? I'm not trying to go through a whole new rebuild with a dude I don't know when we just won 6 championships with the same coach.
As a result of that,
The proof is in the pudding right here. Hold on, the proof is in the Jalen. You shut your LeBron James.
Keep
Ticket, chill, Jalen. We only got one mic. You got it, Ticket. We only got one mic. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. If Bob is a coach right now in college, and Bob recruits a student to come play for him at a college, and for some reason Bob has to leave that school and goes to another school, that kid is not a quitter if he leaves that school and goes with Bob because Bob is a guy he wanted to play for. That was his coach. That was the guy who recruited him.
That's different. That's different. That's
no. That's not different. Hold on, Bob. It's not. Hold on, Bob. Listen, Bob. It's not different because Michael Jordan saw his success with Phil Jackson and won 6 championships. So then you were forcing Phil Jackson to leave. Why would I want to stay and do a rebuild when I just won 6 championships with a guy and you're going to fire him for no reason?
Okay, can somebody else talk for a second? Because what I'm saying is, if I'm in high school, and I verbally commit to go play at commit to go play at St. Mary's, like if I'm gonna go play at St. Mary's, I'm gonna say St. Mary's because this actually happened to my sister. She signs to go to St. Mary's. Her coach gets fired because something that one of the assistant coaches did. She is let out of that letter of intent. So instead, she goes to play at Loyola Marymount. You are allowed to do that in college. That's a different thing. That's a completely different thing. In professional basketball, if I'm playing for the Sacramento Kings and Mike Brown gets fired, nowhere in my contract does it say, "Oh, well, if Mike Brown gets fired, you get to go play for the Clippers." That's not how it works.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm saying you will. I'm saying no. I'm saying hold on. No. I'm saying this. Here's what I'm saying, Bob. No, Bob. Here's all I'm saying, you guys. You won. That's just like if Tim Duncan won 5 championships with Greg Popovich. And after the 5th championship, the Spurs say, you know what, we're going to fire Pop and move on. Tim was, oh, hell no, I ain't going to play here for no other coach like that. No. Because why y'all hold on one second. You're firing the guy because the Bulls literally fired Phil Jackson for no reason. Right.
Actually, they didn't fire him.
Hold on. If you're firing the guy this won world championship with, our whole team have a same rhythm, a same chemistry with this guy, why do you have to put a situation where now we got to start over with a rookie head coach? Hell
okay,
no.
So Ticket, I'm glad. So Ticket. As a result of that, what is he doing?
What do you mean? What is he doing?
As a result of all of that stuff that you said, Michael Jordan decided what?
No, he said I'm not going to play again because I'm not going to restart and play for a new coach when the coach we just had won a championship and you fired him.
So it sounds to me like he was just moving on. There's a difference between quitting and moving on.
Yeah, that's not. You guys are suckers, man. All of you. And I'm glad Ron got y'all all at the top.
Hey, Ron, you know what? I don't have a problem.
Brothers, there's 4 suckers up top.
Problem with that. I don't.
Each and every one of y'all. And Jalen, you want to bottom? You want to bottom like a backup
because again, in 1998, Michael Jordan, he was not under contract. At the end of that '98 season, his contract was done. So if he decided to move on, because he had already fulfilled his obligations with his contract, he decided to move on.
Was Scotty acquitted? Was Scotty acquitted in Chilltown since he asked his partner to move on?
Yes, Scotty's a quitter. He had a moment where he quit.
There's some holes in this house today.
LeBron quit on the Cavs the first time. Yes, people in the chat. Did LeBron quit on the Cavs? Yes, nigga. He quit on the Cavs. He quit. He's like,
Hold on. We got years of evidence. Hold on. I got a whole year of evidence, and Ron can pull up the tapes of Chilltown saying he didn't quit on the Cavs. Chilltown coming here all the time and say they didn't put a good enough team around him, and he went into a better situation because they have a good enough organization. And I ain't lying. You can ask Ron to pull up the You can ask Ron to pull up the tape. So I don't want to hear that crap because you said it.
What does James have to do with this? What does James have to? We ain't even talking about James. I'm still
we talking about you. We talking about your character. We talking about you, you liar.
Let's talk about my character. Okay, let's talk about my character.
You said that. Did you not say that about LeBron James? When I said LeBron quit in Cleveland, did you not say, oh, well, he didn't quit. He left because they wasn't doing enough for him in the organization to put enough help around him. Is that not what you said?
They weren't doing enough for him. That's why he left.
Okay, so when Michael Jordan left the Bulls because Phil Jackson was fired, wouldn't that have meant that they was not putting enough around him because you took the coach he won 6 world championships away from him?
That's correct.
All right, then. Thank you. Put that in your pipe.
Wait. Which means what, Ticket? Which means what? What did he do, Ticket? He left.
Nigga, LeBron James left.
Now, we're talking about 2 different things, Ticket. And the reason why we're talking about 2 different things, because like Ron just said, he moved on in 98. Michael Jordan's contract was up. He had a contract. His contract was up. He wasn't obligated to do anything. In 1993, after they won the NBA championship for the 3rd time, I am still contractually obligated to play for the Chicago Bulls. I am not doing that. You know why I'm not doing that? Why am I not doing that, Ticket? Because in the words of Michael Jordan, I was being engulfed. It just became too much. I needed a change. End quote. He said that while under contract, which, by the way, the Chicago Bulls were still paying him. They were still paying him.
Ron, this is like
going on.
Baseball.
Going on right now. Again, Ticket, what I'm not doing.
You lost your damn mind, bro.
What I'm not doing is what I'm not doing, Ticket, is I'm not pushing the narrative. I am presenting facts like you do. That's what I'm doing.
I can't respect y'all off that. I can't respect y'all off that.
Why would I present facts? It's disgusting. But when you present it, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
No, because hold on, because your guy was getting the hell beat out of him. Your guy got the hell beat out of him and ran off. Your guy got ran off his own throne by his own teammate. Your guy got ran off his own throne by a different team and his own teammates. Michael Jordan, hold on, Jalen, before you do the bankhead bounce. Michael Jordan, and I'm gonna tell y'all like this: he had done everything that you could do in the league. He had won Defensive Player of the Year award. He had won the Offensive MVP. He had led the league in scoring. He had been all rookie. He had been Rookie of the Year. He won 3 championships, Finals MVP, All-Star Game MVP.
So why come back then, Ticket? If I did everything, why come back? What for? If that's the case, if everything that you just said, I've done everything that I need to do. If that's the case, Ticket, why come back? What for?
No, because the Negroes like you. Because the Negroes like you talking, because the Negroes like me. Because the Negroes like you talking. Hold on, because you talking about he quit. So you know what he did? He came back and kicked their ass 3 more times and showed you, hey man, I'll do it again. Period. So you said I quit, I come right back, and I win 3 more in a row. And that's exactly what he did, sucker.
We not saying Jordan ain't the GOAT or nothing like that. We just saying that the nigga quit. That's all.
Man, he ain't quit, Bob. He ain't quit, bro.
Yo, Domo.
How come it's so painful for you to hear that?
I don't respect y'all because y'all lie on here. Y'all lie and push narrative. All 4 of y'all up there. And there's one muscle chair in the bottom. You guys lie, man. Y'all lie and push narratives, bro. All y'all sad, bro.
Ticket. You know who's sad?
That nigga's a quitter.
It's NBA legends that's watching this show. It's NBA legends that respect no commentary.
Actually, you are the one who's sad. The reason why you're sad, Ticket, is because you think that
NBA legends watching you.
That's what you think,
bro.
That's what you think.
It's NBA legends watching me.
You talking about me? You talking about me?
NBA legends watching this show and watching you talk this foolishness, man.
This is not foolishness. I'm presenting more facts, and when you present facts, what you say is law, but when I present facts, or when Mars presents facts, or when Domo presents facts, we are.
Bro, this is why we gotta have tone on the show, bro.
Or you don't respect us, even though you come up with stuff. Even though when you come up with facts, they are respected.
Why we need Tone, man? Because see, Tone will straighten your sorry ass out, man.
What is he straightening me out? I'm giving you facts. What is he straightening me out with?
Like I said, it's aficionados. It's NBA all-time greats. They're looking at you, looking at the sorry ass little Mars, looking at Domo ass.
This is nonsense, man. I'm going off what he said. It's almost like you.
Y'all pushing this narrative, man.
The same logic that you present.
They're watching too, Chilltown. They're watching too, Chilltown.
I'm glad they are. The same logic that you present, you go up against the Ticket. You're the same one who brings facts And
I don't go against Michael Jordan because he didn't quit. He won.
We can't go. Can we bring facts against Jordan?
He doesn't know the definition of quit. What he feels about quitting is it's a negative term.
Hey, Mars, put the definition of quit, Mars. What's the definition of quit, Mars?
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Yeah, pull it up.
Can I ask why we
quit to leave a place, usually permanently? Quit.
So technically,
Right, he didn't leave permanently. He came back.
Do you know what usually means? Usually doesn't mean every time.
He didn't leave permanently. Don't get mad at me.
You know what usually means?
Hey, Mars, don't get mad at me. Get mad at the dictionary. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Webster. Don't get mad at me.
Usually definition.
Under normal conditions. Don't get mad at me, Mars.
It doesn't mean every time.
Hey, Ron. Put the definition of quit on the screen right now.
You don't have to do that. The definition of quit in the Webster
dictionary. Usually permanently. That doesn't mean every time. It usually.
Big ox, my man. In the Webster dictionary, the definition of quit is to give up employment, to cease normal, expected, or necessary action. The engine quit. To admit.
Sounds like Jordan.
That sounds just like what Jordan did. Yeah.
Quitting.
Hey, chill, man. Y'all.
Now, what Ticket thinks about quitting, he thinks that's submission. It's not. You're not submitting. That's what you think. That's what you think. You think that quitting is just being you're submitting.
All right, bro. That's all right, man. That's okay, bro.
That's not what happened.
I want to run this. You don't want to run this type of food.
He didn't get choked out. He didn't get beaten to submission. None of that happened.
It's okay.
He just didn't want to play no more.
It's okay. I guarantee you one thing, Chilltown.
That's what
I can get 25 Hall of Famers to come here and tell you you didn't quit. Starting with your cousin.
I'll say 25 Hall of Famers.
They're wrong. I'll say they're wrong.
And if I see
hold on, Jalen Carter. I'm gonna listen to them or LeBron James backup dancer.
Hey, we go listen to people that speaking facts. It don't matter. There's a lot of Hall of Famers.
But if they don't know the definition,
everywhere. Hey, Mars, hold on. Hey, Mars. Everywhere LeBron goes, Jalen right behind him with some pom poms doing a bang bang bounce. Everywhere LeBron goes, this thing was in charge.
Fellas. Okay. Jalen.
I stand on everything I said. I stand on everything I said, Ron. Everything I said, I stand on it.
All right, Ticket and Jalen. Okay.
What did you say?
All right. No, Jalen. It's done. It's done. No. We gotta move on. We gotta. Hey, if you're not,
and 98% of this comment section can kiss my ass too. The 2% that's rocking with me, cool, no problem. The other 98%, y'all the hell with y'all too.
I'll say this. Stop talking to Jalen like that, man. Buddy swole. I know y'all seen him in that suit. That he
Jalen is on the G Unit fitness program, so you already know what's up.
Me and LeBron got the same doctor. What do you mean? Me and LeBron got the same doctor.
All right, y'all. We got super chat. So from the top, Mars Left Sack sent the super chat. Is that like Mars left Sacramento, like Mars quit Sacramento, or Mars?
No, you didn't. No, it's the other thing. It's the other thing, Ron. Yeah.
His left nut.
Oh, yeah, it's the other thing.
Got it. Okay.
What the hell?
He said we need to see a panel fantasy basketball league. Would y'all want to do this?
Let's get it.
Y'all want to do this?
I don't know anything about fantasy basketball, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you do. You praise fantasy every day. When you praise that dude that lost 6 NBA finals, sucker.
He did win 4 of them, though.
And you praised that quit on his team.
And he was the best. And he was the best. And he won the finals MVP 4 times.
You need to call Jalen. You need to call 50 Cent and he need to sign you so you can sport his G Unit tank tops, sucker.
I'm with it. Give me the check. Give me the check.
Get this boy some G Unit tank. You remember them G Unit tank tops? Still down to 50 years past. Yeah. Jalen need them.
Hook it up, Ticket. Get 50 cent a call from me, man.
Yeah, you get you a LeBron James velour too.
Ezekiel Barning said Ticket had me crying tears yesterday about Chill being a crooked CO.
He was. I told you, Chill was in the joint beating the hell out of the inmates, all kind of stuff, man. It was in there stealing. Chill was stealing the cake from their dinner trays and stuff like that. That's what Chill was doing.
I was not a crooked CO. Now I will say this, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because we family, and I can be honest with y'all. I didn't have a problem with the murderers. I didn't have a problem with the thieves, the drug dealers. I didn't have a problem with any of them dudes. The child molesters, on the other hand, I had to be in another wing from them because I couldn't. I'm getting guys trying to justify taking advantage of an 8-year-old boy. So taking them to get their medication, they might have fell down the steps on their way to get their medication. I'm not saying that it was their fault. I'm not saying that it was my fault, but they might have accidentally fell down the steps on their way to where they were going. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Things happen, Chilltown.
Number 32
that happens.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Maybe they knees quit on them, and they just, just gave out on them. I'm not going to
say that. All I'm going to say is that might have happened. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Mike sent through a super chat, said Mars, top 10 pick and roll players all time in order.
How would I be able to come up with that on the fly?
I was gonna say, I don't really think we should think about that. Pick and roll.
If that sucker was arguing with me, he'll come up with it instantly.
No, I can come up with some names who I think are in the conversation. I don't have a definitive top 10, but Chris Paul, Steve Nash, Damian Lillard will be in the top 10.
Mars, who's top 5? Who's
no, I was just about to say John Stockton.
He had a Stockton.
I genuinely forgot. I was just about to say him. Literally,
how can you forget Stockton? The pick and roll was originated.
That's what we talking about, Ron. That's the disrespect I be telling y'all about.
What the hell we doing, Mars? The pick and roll was originated with Stockton and Malone.
Never mind. I was just about to say.
Mars, you really dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah,
give me James Harden.
I was literally just about to say his name, but
but Mars, so you mentioned yesterday that you think Dame is the best pick and roll player in the league, right?
Yes,
he did.
So outside of Dame, if you got to pick and roll, you got to score, you got to get something out of it. It's 15 seconds left in the game, and you got to make something happen. You down 2. Who else do you want running the pick and roll?
Steph.
Outside of Steph?
Are we talking about in the league right now?
Yeah.
Steph. LeBron, Luka, Trey, James Harden. I mean, that Jokic, Murray, and Bird pick and roll go crazy. So both of them.
You think SGA Chet this year will be good in the pick and roll?
No, Chet can't set good screens. I don't know how many names I've said. I've said a lot, but
you said 5 names. I'm sorry. You said 5 names.
Tyrese Halliburton's good in the pick and roll. Darius Garland.
Chat said Kyrie.
De'Aaron Fox.
Van Fleet is actually good in the pick and roll. He just can't shoot. He actually knows how to set the pick and roll up. He just can't shoot.
He's going to make the baskets off the
that kind of matters. It does matter.
I do like Kyrie in the pick and roll. DeJounte Murray's good in the pick and roll. That's enough names, man. I can't think of too many more people. That's
all right. Cool. Super chatter got his money's worth. Speaking of money's worth, E-Word sent through a super chat. Says salute to the panel. Been watching PC for a while. Dub show, dub panelists, pay ticket as well, man. Hashtag Ron, be a dub host and read my super chat, man.
I just don't know why we still having this conversation about Ticket and Shiloh. Like this should be done already. Why are we still doing this?
Because he wants his $500.
Send the PayPal.
Domo, what are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I just watched Grant Williams stuff Rudy Gobert at the top. Met him up top. It was pretty great. I'm sorry. Preseason's on.
Oh, that game is on right now. Huh?
The game is on.
Is it on NBA team?
I'm on the free site, but yeah. Free 99.
Nick Britt sent through a super chat. Nick Britt said, "Sounds like Bill Russell's the GOAT, man. 11 chips and an 8-peat. Led his team as a player coach to 2 chips after his coach left. 0 quitting.
They don't respect his era,
including you, Moss, era tax.
I have Bill Russell ranked to the highest out of anyone up there. So I mean, it's weird that I'm the youngest and I get told I disrespect the old generation. Yeah, in my top 10, there's only one player who's played in this modern era, and that's LeBron James. No one else made it in my top 10. But I disrespect the old generation. It's weird. I have Bill Russell in my top 5, but I disrespect the old generation. It's very weird how stuff like that works. How I'm the one who disrespects the old players, but I don't say Jamal Murray is better than Penny Hardaway. Very weird how I disrespect the old generation, but I don't say Kyrie's the best finisher of all time. It's very weird how I disrespect the old generation, but I don't say Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's better than Steve Nash. It's very weird how I'm the one who disrespects the old generation. I'm the one always saying that we need to judge these guys relative to the time they played instead of putting them in brackets with current players when the rules are different. It's very weird how I'm the one who disrespects the old generation when I say all of these things. Have one player who's a current player in my top 10, and he's LeBron James. I don't have Steph Curry. I don't have Kevin Durant. I don't have anyone else near my top 10 other than Steph Curry, who's at like 12. But I'm the one who just was the old generation. It's just weird how that seems to work out. I just don't understand it. Someone could tell me how I'm the one who disrespects the old generation. Please enlighten me, because I really am.
You know how narratives go, Mark. You know how narrative.
It just doesn't make sense. I mean, someone else find me someone who has Bill Russell number 4 all time up here. Someone please find it. Someone else find me who has Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the top 3, Michael Jordan in the top 3. Someone find me who has Magic Johnson in the top 10.
I think Kareem is top 5 for almost everyone.
I have Shaq, I have Hakeem, I have Kobe Bryant, I have everyone who has retired in before the last 5-10 years in my top 10. The only one who isn't is LeBron James, who played in 2003. Steph Curry's not there, Kevin Durant's not there. I don't have Jokic number 13. I don't have Giannis in the top 15. But I'm the one who disrespects the old generation. It just, wow, it's amazing to me how that one works. But maybe it's because I didn't play basketball that I disrespect the old generation. Who knows? Because it's just, someone needs to explain it to me. Put that in.
Anybody?
It's just a narrative. People just like to rock with the narrative with bars.
I'm just going off the error tax, but you straightened it out though, Mars.
Yeah.
Good work, Mars. Abby sent through a super chat and said, Ticket, we understand what you were saying with the bet, but the trade didn't go through. Technically, you were right, but it had to go through for you to win the bet.
And it did. That's why he won. So what the hell kind of goofy-ass logic is that?
I am Sattery said, that report is a lie, Ticket. Come on, it's Stephen A.
Damn, you don't trust Stephen A's sources? That's tough.
I do.
I trust Stephen A. W
I
sources.
do too. I do too.
Give me a job on ESPN, Stephen A. I trust you.
I do.
Shout out Stephen A. putting in the grind.
FIFA Boy said, quit adding ads in the middle of the live, Ron. L host.
I'd be forgetting some people get ads because we're just like,
I'll drop another ad right there. Just
right. Secure the bag, Ron.
I'll drop back-to-back ads. That's what I would do. But
see that? I mean, yeah. Y'all need to up your premium game up. But once again, like I have a button right here that I could just press and the ad just pops up right on the screen.
No, that's extortion.
You're right. I need to stop extorting
ad blockers free. Get ad blocker. I mean, if you're on
PC, I would have thought this was like 2017 vlog content with as many ads I'd be throwing on here, boy.
Blue Champagne said Harden top 10 overrated ever.
Top 5.
Top 5 shooting guard all time overrated. Crazy.
Top 5.
It depends who you talk to. Some people have James Harden over Dwayne Wade, and then some people have James Harden below Reggie Miller. So it depends who you talk to.
Nobody has Harden over D Wade.
There's a couple people. Come to open gym, so people will pull up.
There are people who will fight you to the death that James Harden is better than Dwayne Wade.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Those people overrate him, and then you got the people who say James Harden isn't better than Manu Ginobili. Underrated.
See, Mark, you do get the narrative. You know why people say just old people? Because open gym. Some random people come out open gym, say something.
That's Dub. Like, Dub is the one. If you want to say someone disrespects the old generation, sure, him. That's not me. Just because I'm on the show with him doesn't mean I co-sign what he says.
Yo, and so I'm glad it came back around to James Harden. And I don't want to go into a whole long spiel about James. I just do want to ask you guys, what is a good season for James Harden? And for those who don't know, this is the episode dedicated to the Philadelphia 76ers. The title of the show is It's a Make or Break Season for the Sixers. And Joel Embiid has the most pressure of any NBA player in the league right now. We will get to that, but we want to talk about his teammate once again, James Harden. And I just want to ask you guys, what is a successful season for James Harden? Obviously, he said he wants to get back to leading the league in scoring. Is that a successful season for him? Is leading the league in assists like he did last year a successful season for him? Or is it just him making it to the Eastern Conference Finals? Well, what will we classify as a successful season for James Harden?
Is the only proof we have of him wanting to lead the league in scoring Stephen A. sources?
Possibly.
Yeah, until he says it or something.
Then I don't believe he said that.
Look, James Harden went from a guy averaging 35 a game, made changes to his game, and then went to a guy who's leading the league in assists, changed his game for Philadelphia to optimize what Joel Embiid was doing to try to get the best out of Maxey. So I think James Harden needs to be given credit for that. I don't think he's going to try to lead the league in scoring. He's going to come back and do the exact same thing he's done the past couple of years, 23 and 10 on relatively decent efficiency, I guess. What's a successful season? I think a successful season if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, 100%. I don't think anybody's picking Philly to win a championship. If they make the finals, that's a huge success. I mean, if you do, but obviously there's the two favorites in the East, and it's everybody else. So I think a successful season for them at this point with their
respect
roster.
Miami.
Yeah, sure, Miami too. No, but a successful season for him is 23 and 10, making the Eastern. Even honestly, winning one playoff round for Philly, I think is a successful season.
I was about to say,
them losing in the second round again will not be considered success.
Yeah, I disagree, but I want to hear from everybody else though.
Abby, real quick.
I see people in the chat talking about the game. Can somebody tell me what channel the game
is? Is Bam still on the Miami Heat? Is Jimmy Butler still on the Miami Heat? So what are we talking about?
Shit, I don't think I've got NBA TV.
Give me a break.
I mean, Miami's just not that good.
But anyway,
I don't think it's anything about numbers for me in terms of what do I think a successful season for James Harden looks like. Him playing winning brand of basketball. If we're not gonna believe the Stephen A thing, cool. If you are, if he's worried about scoring, his mind's in the wrong place. I don't give a damn how many points you score. Just play a winning brand of basketball. It's real eye test for me with James Harden and what a successful season is. Is he not being a hindrance? Is he actually being an impactful player for winning? I don't care about numbers. I can't sit here and tell you, if he has 6 assists a game, that's not successful, but 8 to 10 is going to be successful for him because maybe the 6 assists is him playing a way better brand of basketball versus 10 because the ball's out of his hands and Tyrese Maxey can play. Like Tyrese Maxey can have a more elevated role, and now this team is looking better. Tobias Harris is able to get going a little bit sooner and more often and more consistently. So now we're getting things going. He's just off the ball. So the numbers, I could care less about the numbers. Can this team win, and can you be a 2, a 3, or even a 4 for this team? For this team to actually do some winning, because this is their last season. If they don't get it done this year, trade Embiid. I want to say Harden's walking. I don't think I think this is he's expiring.
This is the last year of his deal. Yeah, this is the last year of his deal.
Harden's going to walk. Trade Embiid, and you're starting over with Maxey. So this is literally their window and shutting after this season.
Well, first of all, we're not trading the league MVP, so we can dead that logic right now. We're not doing that. So let's kill that logic right now. Number 2, James Harden in a successful season is him doing what he was doing, except they win more. And if they can win more, that means that the Philadelphia 76ers, everybody is doing work. And James Harden isn't going to pieces in the playoffs like he normally does. That's a successful season for James Harden. Yet we haven't seen that. This last season, when he has gotten a full season with Joel Embiid, when he's gotten a full season with all of these guys, he led the league in assists. He was a 20 and 10 guy, but he fizzled out in the playoffs. So was this a successful season for him? This was a successful season for him individually. He was there. He was going to be named an All-Star. He should have been on the All. He could have very well been on the All NBA team individually. But the stuff that at this point where he is in his career, if we get the same thing from him that we got last year, and they end up in the same place that they were last year, 5 years ago, because that's where we are. We're in the same place that we were 5 years ago. If we're still there, then I don't think it's a successful season. No.
Mars, what would you say is a successful season for
him? I'll say first, for the general consensus, success is only measured by winning for guys like James Harden and Embiid at this point. If they don't win, it's not viewed as a success. Now, for me, a successful season is just if James Harden plays well. If he plays well, the season was successful. I don't think Philly's going to win. I know I say, oh, yeah, they're going to win a championship because it's fun. So, once again, they're going to win a championship. But success with James Harden is if he does get some of his burst back, that's successful. If he's still playmaking at an elite level, that's successful. If he's able to get to the rim, that's successful. Now, if he refuses to play like he did in Houston or in Brooklyn, or whatever the case may be, and tries to force his way out, probably not going to be a very successful season. And I'll also be surprised to see if he gets another contract beyond that, if that's what happens. So for me, success is just if James Harden plays well. It's similar to what Domo said. It's not about the numbers. It's not about, does he lead the league in assists? His assists can go down and he can play better. His scoring can go down and he can play better. It's not about the numbers or anything. Is he more locked in on defense? That's something key to me, in my opinion, because I think James Harden's effort on defense was being real questionable the last 2 seasons. Whether or not that's because he's happy or not, I don't know. But his effort on defense is important. So
he looked like that. He actually looked good yesterday in practice, Omar, in terms of his effort on defense, which I was actually surprised about. But keep going.
Then maybe he is trying to sell himself to other teams, and maybe that will benefit Philly in the long run. So maybe I don't know what the plan is, but for me, success is about how well he impacts the game of basketball. Whether that be his stats going down to 18 and 7 instead of 22 and 10 he averaged last year. If he plays better, he plays better. Right. So it's not about the box score. It's not about if the Sixers win a championship on the back of Joel Embiid or on the back of him. That's not going to be the measuring stick for success. Now, obviously, if they win a championship, it's going to be a successful season. There's no unsuccessful championship winning season. I don't think I've ever seen it. So if they win a championship, it's successful. But I'm saying there's other ways in which they can also be successful that don't include this championship. To me, that's, I guess, the roundabout point I was trying to make.
Even though Lowe said Scottie Pippen failed Michael Jordan, even though they won the NBA championship.
Yeah, well, Lowe is low, man. Shout out to Lowe.
Uh-huh.
I'm obviously the title of the show says Joel Embiid has the most pressure of any NBA player. And honestly, I think right after him is James Harden. Only reason why I would give the cake to say that Joel takes the cake is just because he won MVP last year. But like, these guys are both on the hook.
I don't think Harden has any pressure, though. I don't think Joel Embiid has any pressure. I think pressure is dictated by expectation. I think the expectation, especially in the East, I think Giannis has more pressure. I think Lillard has more pressure. I think Tatum has more pressure because the expectation.
What are we talking about? We're talking about the league MVP here. What do you mean he doesn't have any pressure? He played at a league MVP level for the last 3 years.
If no one expects Philly to win, how does Joel Embiid have pressure?
Yeah, we expect Giannis and Lillard to prove everyone wrong. Playoffs. So they
March. It's a reason why we don't expect them to win. Think about it. Just think about it. The MVP, what people would say the second best big in the league, third if you include Giannis, one of a top 5 player in the NBA. Then you have James Harden, leads the league in assists at his best, top 15, 20 player in the league, top 15, 20 player in the league at his best, which he should be playing at consistently all the time. You got it. This team is no slouch. You got Tyrese Maxey, one of the best upcoming players in the NBA. Tobias Harris, one of the better fourth options in the NBA. And then they got a competent bench. They got competent other guys. Why shouldn't Philly be considered championship contenders? Why shouldn't they be more in those conversations? Well, it's because we know when it gets down to it, James Harden's not going to show up to work. Joel Embiid is going to get injured or whatever else is going to happen. His shoe's going to fall off. He's going to trip at half court and yada, yada, yada. That's why we don't put Philly in those conversations. Really, they should be in those conversations when you look at the construction of their roster and the 2 guys that they got leading their team.
Mark, why shouldn't the expectation on Philadelphia be higher? That's the reason why they got.
We understand that Milwaukee.
That's why they got James Harden.
We understand.
That's why they constructed this roster.
Boston as a team is just better.
In that conference.
Yeah,
if you expect them to win,
I don't expect it. I don't think
at that point. I think you're just putting expectations on someone that you know they're not going to reach, just so you can hate on them after they don't reach them.
Well, no, Mars, and with that logic right there, what you're doing is you letting them off the hook because you're playing at an MVP level. You got a former MVP and a 20-10 guy on your crew, and with that also being said, you got one of the most dynamic young players in the game in Maxey, another 20-a-game guy. Now, with all of that. With the league MVP, the expectation should not be, they're just going to be right where they are. They should be better, and they're not.
I'm just saying they're not going to win.
I'm saying that too. What my point is that the expectation should be that considering what they have. I'm out on Philly. I want to make sure we clear on this.
When the teams around them are just better than them, I don't think the expectation should be to win. The Bucks are just a better team. Even if you want to say, they have Giannis, they have Embiid, the MVP, and they have James Harden. However you want to slice it, Giannis is better than Embiid. Damian Lillard is better than James Harden. However you want to try and slice it, he led the league in assists, blah, blah, blah. Joel Embiid's the MVP. No matter what argument you're going to make, Giannis is better than Embiid. Damian Lillard is better than James Harden. No matter what way you're going to try and slice and dice it, that's the fact. They're just the worst team than the Milwaukee Bucks. That's just how it is. The Boston Celtics, it's the same thing. The Boston Celtics are just a better team than the Philadelphia 76ers. No matter how you want to try and slice it, they are. Everyone knows they are a better team. Joel Embiid healthy in the playoffs or not, they are a better team than the Philadelphia 76ers.
So then we got to take these expectations.
So I'm not going to expect them to beat these teams when they are clearly worse than those teams.
So then we got to stop talking about them the way we talk about them. Then we got to take the expectations.
We only talk about them as losers.
Exactly. We don't talk about
who's ever spoke about Philly in this highlight of they're going to win this other than me, who was saying they were going to win last season.
I have.
I was just. I have. We only talk. The reason why we only talk about them as losers is because they lose. Mars, you're the one who doesn't. You're the one who's expecting them to be better. You've said that numerous times.
I expected Game 7,
right? So you and respect Philly. That's what you've said numerous times. Respect Philly. So with that being said, Mars, there's a reason why you expect them to be better, and the reason why you expect them to be better is because of who they have. It ain't just if they had Cat on that team, you wouldn't expect them to be better. If they had, I don't know, Capella on that team, you wouldn't expect them to be better, but you expect them to be better because they got a 22-10 guy on their team because they had the third best record or the top 5 record in the NBA. Even though Damian Lillard, even though Giannis are better, even though, as Joel Embiid says, this is not a rivalry against Boston. They kick our ass every time we play them. Even though that's the case, you still expect them to be better. You've said that. You're on record. And the reason why is because of who they have, not just because it's Philadelphia. They got a guy playing at an MVP level. They got another guy they got another former MVP, 22-10. So you expect them to be better. The expectation is there.
All right, let me let you in on a little secret. There's a thing called a win-win. So basically, if I pick the Philadelphia 76ers to win, and I'm right, I get bragging rights for a whole year.
Right.
If I pick the Philadelphia 76ers to win, and they don't win because Joel Embiid gets hurt, or because there's better teams in the conference, I just say, well, they just lost to a better team. No one's going to get onto me for picking the Sixers to win when they just lost to a better team. Win-win. However, if I pick the Bucks to win and they don't win, now look, oh, you picked the Bucks, so look how wrong you were. The Bucks are meant to be the best team in the NBA. What happened to them? Oh, and now I lose. So for me, it's just about hedging your bets. Win-win situation. Guess who's going to win this season? The Philadelphia 76ers are going to win the championship again. I'm sorry, it's just how it is. I just know that they're going to win.
That's a troll.
Everybody here agrees that they think Philly's going to be a 3 or 4 seed, right? No one thinks they're going to be ahead of Milwaukee or Boston in the regular season. And if they play in the playoffs, no one is picking Philly to beat Milwaukee or Boston. So the expectation can't be that high.
Jalen,
even if they did miraculously beat them, they just lose to
it's not miraculous for Philadelphia to beat anybody. And I want to put this out there. It's not miraculous for Joel Embiid to dominate the Milwaukee Bucks. It's not miraculous for him to dominate the Boston Celtics. It's not miraculous for him to dominate the Miami Heat. It's not miraculous for James Harden to go crazy 3 out of the 7 games. For Tyrese Maxey to have a good series, for Tobias Harris to step up. Yo, they just signed Kelly Oubre and Pat Beverly and DeAnthony Melton. That gives them some edge, some playoff edge coming off the bench. They got PJ Tucker. It's not miraculous for Philly to put it all together. Defense and edge in the playoffs means a lot. Or behind a guy like James Harden, behind a guy like Joel Embiid, it's not miraculous. I don't think so. I think if Philly puts everything together. What you say?
It's miraculous. I say it should be the standard. All those things have to happen for them to win, and the likelihood of all those things happen is very low considering history of how often those things actually happen. How often does Joel Embiid dominate a playoff series? How often does James Harden dominate a playoff series? How often do those things happen? Kelly Oubre has never even played in the playoffs before, and the last time I've seen him on a team that was trying to compete,
he was in Washington. You got into a fight with Kelly.
Rookie Washington, rookie Kelly Oubre. My fault.
I'm not bringing up Kelly Oubre saying he go dominate or anything like that. I'm just saying I said he brings edge. Him and Patrick Beverly, we know they're gonna play defense. We know they are going to, pull some strings.
Bring that grit.
Exactly. And that matters in the playoffs. In terms of Joel Embiid and James Harden in the playoffs, like I said, James gonna give you 3 games. He did it last year. Joel Embiid has dominated playoff series. He has been the best player in
problem with those other games, though.
Being the best player in the series and dominating the series are 2 different things.
I just feel like when it comes to the 76ers team, they're in the same boat as the Clippers for me in terms of when I look at them, I write them off because history has shown me they underachieve and they fall short. But on paper, every year, and when they are doing good, I can't be happy for them because it's like, bro, this is what you should be doing. I shouldn't praise you for you doing your job. Like if the Clippers come out this year and they're real, they're legit. They go through the first round, they go through the second round. It's like, all right, bro, this is what you should have been doing because this is what the type of team that you have. With the Sixers, I can't get I don't know about giving them more expectations because the expectation should be contend. It's been like that for the past, it feels 4 or 5 years damn near. Every year you go in with this team, it's like, yo, you have it on paper to be a competitive team and you should be playing some meaningful basketball games. You should be trying to compete and win. Why am I about to give you more praise? Why am I about to give you all these excuses for something you should be doing? So like, it's one of those cases where they just have to do it. You have to show me. I'm not expecting nothing from you because when you give them expectations, they fall short. When you put hope behind them, they fall short. Now, they could be valuable. There could be legit reasons why that's happening. Embiid not being healthy is a legit reason why this team is held back. People underperforming is legit reasons why this team is being held back. That's fine. Coaching decisions is a good reason, or coaching is a good reason why a team will fall short. I'm just saying, bro, you should be doing your job. You should be a good team. You should be out here competing and playing. You should be out here contending for a championship. There's no way Joel Embiid hasn't seen the finals by now, in my opinion. You've had teams that should have gone to the finals. You've been in situations and you have players around you that has been good enough talent to get you there. It's just about getting there. And until you get there, I'm damn the expectations.
Domo, the one chance the Sixers really had at the championship, like Kawhi deaded that shit. So
yeah,
that was the one real chance the Sixers had. Other than that, bro, I don't really think there's been a year where the Sixers really had a shot. You know, like it's just one of those situations where yes, you're a really good team, but not good enough. And I think
you don't think in 21 big odds they had a shot at winning it. You don't think in 21
the year they lost to the Hawks, that was a year.
You don't think the Bucks are just dismantling that team?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think honestly, the only chance they had was 19 when Jimmy was there. Like
if they get by Atlanta, Mars. If they get by Atlanta,
beats them in 5.
You think they smoked them?
Yeah. Beat the hell out of him. Right.
Joel Embiid was playing on a torn meniscus. Like he's not defending Giannis on a torn meniscus. It's not happening.
He was.
I think 19. Honestly, I mean that's just my perception. I could be forgetting something. I could be mistaken. Obviously I've been mistaken before, but right now, just off the top of my head, I can't think of a Sixers team that was good enough to win besides 19.
I agree.
And Giannis got hurt against Atlanta. That doesn't mean he's going to get hurt against Philly. So he could very well be healthy against Philadelphia. And even though they did struggle against Philly, they've always struggled against Philly. But Joel Embiid being beat up and being hurt with a torn meniscus, I think that does factor in. And Ben Simmons, who, to be honest with you, I think Philadelphia really screwed that up with Ben Simmons because that's a guy who did a really good job against Trae Young, and they ran him out of town unwarranted. They shouldn't have ran him out of town like that. So if he goes up against Drew Holiday, I think he could do just as good a job against Drew Holiday as he did against Trae Young. The problem that we're going to have is Doc going to continue to let him go downhill, or is he just going to take the ball out of his hands and put the ball in Joel Embiid's hands? That's the question that I have.
You put the ball in Joel Embiid's hands even more. That's just even more turnovers. They weren't good enough to win in 21. 20, Ben Simmons was hurt in the bubble, so they lost in round 1. 22, Joel Embiid got hurt and they lost to Miami, right? Lost to Miami in round 2?
Round, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they lost to
Miami. Semifinals. In the semifinals.
They lost to Miami in round 2. I don't think they were going to beat Miami with Joel Embiid going through everything. He had a broken face. He had a messed up thumb. They weren't winning that series. So, and even if they did, they weren't beating Boston. Boston were on another level that year. So that's another year they weren't going to win. This past year, if you think that they could have beat Boston if Joel Embiid and James Harden were fully healthy, sure. But the issue is James Harden wasn't healthy. And I mean, Joel Embiid wasn't healthy. So once again, it's another postseason where they weren't going to be able to make a deep run because Joel Embiid is playing on one knee practically. And that's the issue every year. Joel Embiid is compromised in some way, and it ultimately limits the ability of Philly to be a better team, in my opinion. And unfortunately, I can't expect Joel Embiid to make it past one round of the playoffs because he's never done it.
That super chat right there, Ron, that one that you just had up, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we've seen them lose, but I think we've seen them lose because they don't have the team, or Joel gets hurt. Either Joel gets hurt or they just literally don't have the team. I don't think just James Harden and Joel Embiid are enough. I don't believe in Tobias Harris in the way a lot of people do. I don't think they have the talent to win a championship.
Tyrese Maxey? You were the one saying that you think Tyrese Maxey is good enough to be that. You say he should damn near be that the offense should be ran through him.
That doesn't mean I think he's good enough to win a championship. I do. I think
I think Tyrese Maxey's a good player, but it's like, nah, he's not championship worthy. I don't think so. And that's no knock to Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to down, lower him or whatever. But what I said was, I think Joel Embiid is a good enough force in the paint to where they don't have to focus on getting him the ball. They can run the offense through where Tyrese is getting the ball. And that doesn't mean Tyrese is the one shooting all the shots. Now I'm just saying Tyrese can be the main engine of the offense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's necessarily going to work, but like I say a lot, if this ain't working, coach got to coach. Let's try something else. Let's shake it up a little bit. Let's see what happens. So yeah, I did say that, but I'm not saying that Tyrese is good enough to carry him to the championship by any stretch of the imagination. No, Tyrese Maxey is not a championship point guard or whatever position he plays. No.
Oh, my bad.
Go ahead, Ticket. Go ahead.
I was just before they got Drew Holiday, I'd have probably disagreed with Bob because I think that they were good enough, and they proved it in that series. They were good enough. They could have beat them. They let opportunities slip away, so it's not like they're not on this team's level. They getting blown out by these teams. We did see them last year. Didn't they beat the Bucks by like 40 last year or something like that? Like 30? They went and beat the Bucks by like 30.
Yeah, they did.
And then, like I said, they gave the Celtics a run for their money. They should have won that series, to be honest with you. But now with Drew Holiday there, I got to see what the Celtics look like. I will admit one thing. I saw the interview with cockeyed Mazzullin yesterday, and it kind of changed me on him a little bit, my opinion on him. I suggest y'all go check out that interview he did with JJ Redick yesterday on JJ Redick's channel. Shout out to JJ, man. That was a good interview he did with Mazzulla. That's the first time I ever really heard Mazzulla talking in just normal terms and not being like a robotic troll. So he does sound like a normal average coach.
Was his eyes still crooked, Ticket? Was his eyes still crooked?
Yeah, they were still cockeyed. He looked like he was looking at in JJ at the same time. But still, you know what I'm saying? I just want to see what they plan out to be this year, the Celtics. As far as the Bucks,
Wait, Ticket. What did Joe say? Because I missed it. I mean,
he did an interview. He talked about all the mistakes that happened last year, and he basically broke down why everything pretty much went the way it went. And he talked about the mistakes he made as a coach and the things he didn't emphasize. And he gave legitimate reasons, like he didn't really have time to do everything he wanted to implement, and then some of the things he was just a rookie at. And he didn't understand how to implement them. And I can't knock him for that because he was thrown into that situation. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see this year if those mistakes are corrected early on or what happens. But for you to say that, I think Philly's they have a good enough team to be a contender. Like I think last year Mars picked them. I may have picked them to beat Boston. A few people picked them in here. I think they have a good team to be a contender, bro. I don't think that, and I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong about
over Milwaukee or Boston.
I think you're wrong. Well, yeah, because here's what I'm saying: not over Milwaukee, but they can. To me, they can beat Milwaukee, and I don't like to say that because I love Giannis. I think that if they win, Giannis is going to have to put his will over it. I am not sold on Dame Lillard, and the reason why I'm not because he does not play championship level defense. And they need the defense, especially what's going on with Chris Middleton and his knees and the way he has declined defensively over the last year because of the deterioration of his body. And
Lillard
so that's going
to Lillard or Harden. Who would you rather have on the team? Lillard or Harden?
Who?
Lillard or Harden? Damian Lillard or James?
Well, no, I'd rather have Damian Lillard, but here's the problem. I wouldn't, if I was picking a team, I wouldn't pick either one of them because they don't play no defense. And I don't like the shot selection from Dame Lillard. So, as I said to you before, I think Philly still has a chance. I think Philly has a well-balanced team. That's the one thing a lot of these teams can't say. These other teams are top-heavy, pretty much. The Miami Heat, top-heavy. We haven't seen their younger guys to prove themselves yet. The Boston Celtics, top-heavy. Haven't really seen what type of bench they're going to march out there and what they're going to look like. The Bucks, top-heavy. Haven't really seen what the rest of their team looks like as far as how it's going to pan out this coming up season with a new coach. So a lot of the key teams are top heavy. So like I said before, it's Philly, they got a good balanced team, all from like the starters to the bench. So I just want to see, like I said, I think disagree Bob underrated Tobias Harris. He can play. He always gets the most flack. He can ball, but they never give him his proper credit. Maxey,
They got Mo Bamba now. They got Mo Bamba now. But two things, Big Ox. I mean, you talk about
get there.
Yeah, they got Mo Bamba. They ended up signing him He's on their roster in training camp. But Big Ox, you had said that you don't feel like they have the talent in order to win an NBA championship. There have been teams that haven't been superiorly talented that have won the NBA championship. Would that be because that have won an NBA championship? Would that be because their best player was just better? So, for example, Dallas wasn't superiorly talented. The Houston Rockets weren't superiorly talented when they won the NBA championship. They just had Olajuwon, and he was just better. Right, in terms of this unit, in terms of this unit in Philadelphia, with the talent that they have, I do think you're underrating that talent. But is it just that Joel Embiid is just not good enough to do it, or is it?
I think Joel, as far as the talent goes, you're getting it from Joel. Joel is their force. You know what I'm saying? Like Joel has to be. Obviously, I know they play different, but Joel has to be the Dirk Nowitzki. Like he has to come through every single night.
And he's not good as those guys. That's the problem.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. He just always tends to run out of gas or break down. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Maybe he physically can't get into the shape necessary for him to carry his team at the end of the season. That's possible. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist, but I've said maybe he needs to change his diet up a little bit. Maybe he needs to do some more swimming or something. I don't know what he does in the offseason, but maybe he got to slim down a little bit because at his size, I just don't know what it is. He always runs out of gas or tweaks something in one of his knees or something, or Doc has him in the game when he should have been on the bench because they're winning and he breaks his face, like stupid shit, you know. And so it's that, and then I mean, me and Ticket have had this conversation at Lentz before. Tobias Harris, in my estimation, he's just not it. You know what I'm saying? And so, what
do you expect from him, though, Big Ox? When you say he's not it,
to me, he's a 16 guy, third option.
Right, because when I think about Tobias Harris, when you think about a third guy on the championship team, we're talking about a team that, like you just said, Big Ox, the talent isn't really there. But I think the talent is there. I think it's their best player who comes up short more often.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Chill, like if he's gonna come up short, then the other guys, Tobias, Maxey, some of the other guys on the bench.
But that's why I'm the best player, though, because I make up for a lot of their deficiencies.
But sometimes the team got to make up for your deficiencies.
What series has Embiid really played bad in, though? I know it's been series where he's obviously been injured, but what series has he been healthy? Well, obviously, he probably hasn't been healthy all series. But
that's the cop out he gets. Every time he plays badly in the playoffs, he is injured in that series. That's the problem.
But it's not like he has a series for Embiid. I don't think there's a series where he just played from start to finish, just played 100% bad the entire series. I think he's had a lot of series, A, where he hasn't been 100% healthy, and B, he's just been inconsistent. The same thing people were saying about Anthony Davis. One game he'll have 14, the next game he'll have 30. Joel Embiid, he'll have 2 or 3 games where he has 25 to 30 points. Then he'll have another game or 2 or an elimination game where he only has 14 points, 16 points. So it's not like there's just complete series where he's playing bad. He's just inconsistent.
Damo, and that's the problem that I'm having right there, Damo. That's the problem that I'm having, Damo, that you letting these dudes off the hook with this injury, because we're talking about a Kawhi Leonard in 18-19 where Toronto was managing his minutes because his knees was really hurting him. But he still ended up getting them to the NBA championship and winning it. As bad as he was, as bad as he was feeling in terms of health, he still ended up getting them to the NBA championship as the best player and winning it. Yet we letting Joel Embiid off the hook because he's injured. And even if he is taking better care of his body, is it just that he's just not good enough to do it? And if he's just not good enough to do it, I'm cool with that. But I'm not going to give you the injury tag when I've seen guys like Kawhi Leonard, who in 2019, the Toronto Raptors did everything they could to manage his minutes because he wasn't 100%. He was dragging through that Eastern Conference playoffs and the NBA Finals. He was not 100%. He was really hurting, but he got through it and they won it. Well, why can't Joel Embiid do that?
I'm not using the injuries as okay because he's injured is why he's playing. Like, no, I'm just adding the context there because, like Ron said, he was about to add the caveat of has he had a healthy series where he's played bad and realized, oh shit, he's probably never been healthy in the playoffs, so he doesn't have. So I'm just adding that. Like, it's one thing is the injuries. If you want to use that against him, cool. If you don't, cool, because other guys been able to play through injuries. That's absolutely fine. I won't argue that with you. I'm just saying. He's never had a series where I don't think from start to finish he's just played bad. If there is one, please let me know because I recently looked at his playoff performances since 2020. I didn't see one where a whole series where he was just bad start to finish. There's been one.
You're not gonna find one, Domo.
Yeah, there's been 7 games.
You're not gonna find one
series where he played 3 good games, 2 bad games, or iteration of that. But there's never been one where he was just completely trash all the way through.
Well, that's what I'm kind of getting to. It's like if I need my superstar to be at 90 and he's continuously at 82, but I need my role players to be at 80 and they're continuously at 75, then we're just always going to come up just a little bit too short. My diagnosis, the Sixers, they just not hard enough. They just not hard enough, bro. It comes from.
Focus, I don't know. We're talking about toughness. That's what he's talking about. Would you focus, Domo, please?
My bad, Domo. My bad, Domo. I'll be forgetting what I'm asking for. Sometimes I'll be forgetting what I'm at.
If I flip out, it's going to be because I got to keep watching Cat on the wing, throw the ball between his legs for the 5th time on the 3-point line. Get your fucking ass on that box and go to work. I can't handle it, yo.
Yo, but see,
I'm gonna lose my mind up here, yo. If I gotta watch this dude throw the ball between his legs 3 or 4 more times at the 3-point line, if he'll get his fucking ass on that box and go to work.
Yo, that's what we're gonna be seeing Joel do too. It's coming soon.
Bob, you right. But the difference between Joel is, first off, Joel's gonna score.
I thought you was done capping for him. I thought we went over to Chilltown. Do you remember this last year before the playoffs? Ron said, "Yo, if they lose to the Celtics, it was the Celtics, right? Yeah, if they lose to the Celtics, I'm done with them. I told you,
hey,
be prepared to be done with them.
I said I quit. You see this? I'm back on that Philly pack. I'm back on that Philly pack. Hey, the MVP is back, and he's back with a vengeance. Hey, look. I can't. Hey, after the whole first part of the show, I can't. I got nothing to say about James Harden, but I need you to lead the league in assists again. Tyrese Maxey will be back. I like the pieces that they've added. I think the Sixers have an opportunity to beat anybody in the playoffs. Anybody. I think they can beat the Bucks. I don't think they're going to beat the Bucks, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think that they can beat the Sixers. Everybody else, they're washing in the conference.
Ron, can I get a prediction right now? Are the Sixers finally going to the conference finals?
Yeah, you gotta make a stand. You gotta take a stand.
Are they finally going to the conference finals?
So Ron, you looking at Milwaukee. I don't think they better than Cleveland. I don't think they better than Cleveland.
No. I'm not looking at Milwaukee and Boston. I'm looking at Milwaukee and the Philadelphia 76ers in the Eastern Conference Finals. There, you got it.
Put money on it.
I gotta see the way things match up. I'm not because what if they play the Bucks in the second round? Then we can't possibly see them in the Eastern Conference Finals.
So you're saying they can beat everybody but the Bucks. So they're done when they meet the Bucks.
It can be 2 ways. Either Milwaukee and Philly play each other, and then the bet is void, or the Sixers make the Eastern Conference Finals if they don't play Milwaukee before that.
Did you hear that, Ron?
We'll just wait till we get there.
And if they see Milwaukee in the conference finals, that means they rolling.
So wait, Ron. If Boston takes care of Milwaukee, and then Boston sees the Sixers in the Eastern Conference Finals, you're saying the Sixers are going to the finals?
Yeah.
So this
is the point I'm trying to make. I don't see why that's such a ridiculous statement. They have the best player on the court.
Okay, so Ron, the only team the Sixers will lose to in the East is the Bucks. So if they lose to any other team, you lose.
We gotta wait till we get there.
See,
what do you mean? It's 8 months out. It's 8 months away. James Harden, they might just cut James Harden. James Harden might just go through a bunch of shenanigans. They might cut James Harden.
They're not gonna cut James Harden.
We know who Joel is. He might. His pinky might fall off. You never know what's gonna happen. Like
see what I'm saying, man? You saying this type of shit, bro? Come on.
But you okay? So check this out. So check this out. You can say the same thing about Boston, and it's a bunch of things that I could roll off too.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it. I'm just making a bet and standing on it like a man.
I could say Porzingis is gonna get injured. He has injury history.
I'm gonna stand on my bet.
Okay, well, when we get there, I'm gonna stand on it.
Yo, Ox, you want a Lakers Sacramento bet?
Already made 2 of those.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Jalen caping for the Lakers, but claims he's a Toronto fan. Crazy.
I'm a Toronto Raptors fan, but that's not.
Toronto's not making any noise this year. Let's keep it real.
So wait, Jalen,
even when they were,
I know
at
the beginning of this episode, I was in the chat. I know I was in the chat talking about y'all need to stop betting and it's bad for you. It's a sin, this and that. But fuck all that. What you talking about, Jalen?
Oh, let's do it. All right, let's pick hey, 250, 500 on who gets 5 on Lakers or Sacramento making the finals. Final team makes the finals.
Well, we're not making the finals, Jalen. Shit.
Oh, yeah, the finals. I got Lakers.
That's crazy.
If either team
you meant if you guys
I don't got us in the finals.
Okay,
so I'm not gonna do that.
Too. That's fine. I think late match.
If we match up in the series, on the series, that's what we do, Jalen. We go by game. So by game.
Oh, you want by game?
We go $100 by game.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
Yeah, so
I got to see Anthony Davis do it.
That would be so if we beat y'all in 5, that means you owe me 400.
Yeah, I got you.
I got to see Anthony Davis do it
for the Lakers. I'm good.
I still think they contenders, but I got to get to the NBA Finals and win it. I got to see Anthony Davis do it because the days of James doing it, them days are over.
Yeah,
those days are over.
I just have faith in the Lakers' kind of depth and their team as a whole, rather than just LeBron.
You got faith in one man. Let's
have faith in Reeves, Rui, D'Lo comeback.
Wait, John, I'm having some crazy mic issues over here. I'm on my second mic.
Yeah.
So is that? Can I write this down?
Yeah, write this down. Write this down. Lakers play Sacramento. They play each other in the playoffs. We do $100 a game.
But that's if we meet in the finals. If we don't, then the bet is void. We all understand that, right?
Yeah. If we don't meet in the playoffs, the bet is void.
This is how you make a bet, guys. So
I ain't gonna lie, Bob. I need to start doing what you're doing, bro. I'm gonna start writing my bets down. Episodes are not numbered.
Domo, we got a bet, right? It's that the Pistons win less than 35 games, right?
I got the over on that.
Write that down.
You got to win it over 35, right?
Was it 35 games? Was it?
Yeah, Mars. Stay out of
I thought it was 30 games. Is it 30 games or 35? I thought it was 30 games.
It's 35.
No, I thought it was 30.
Matter of fact, now that I think on it, I think it was 38. Because you thought they were going to you thought it was going to be a change.
I changed it. No, it was 30 games. And because I remember
it was 32, Domo.
No, it was 30. And Mars was like, "Are you sure about that? 30 is mad low." No, because I don't trust them because you're a hater for real. You trying to drink my haterade. And I'm like, bet, I got you. You said 30. You said if they win more than 35, you'll add an extra what? 300? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we got to go watch the episode. Oh no, I can't. Now, all of a sudden,
now all of a sudden, your
I'm spacing. I don't know. I thought it was just 35 straight up. And then I gave you the Cade clause. I said if Cade's out, what more than?
I think it was like
20 games or something like that.
Something reasonable. Matter of fact, I think it was 35 and they won 40. Then
okay,
it was extra. You said extra, whatever. It might have been 35.
Dylan, I'm gonna let Lionel Richie hold on to this, Dylan.
Hey,
it's on the paper.
Talk about it. Hey, the Vegas has Detroit's line at 28.5 wins. That's big.
I don't care what Vegas got.
I'm just saying it's gonna go off that.
Let me ask you
Vegas got Houston's line. Where Vegas got Houston's line?
What was Vegas's line on the Thunder going into 2022?
I
have to look that up. I'm saying Vegas is usually decently correct. Houston, they got 31.5 Mars for Houston.
Where they got us?
Everyone take the over. Everyone take the over.
Sacramento's at 44.5.
Oh yeah, take the over on that. We're winning 50 games this year.
What's Philly?
Philly's at 49.5.
Oh, under.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot.
12 games.
Milwaukee's at 52.5. Sounds about right.
12 games, Mom?
That's about right.
Oh, they got Boston at 1.
Philly are going to be terrible.
You think they're going to be terrible?
We go ahead and pop this Philly pack.
Philly's not moving me this year, man.
37 wins. That's a
all right.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out that Doc Rivers really wasn't the problem. That's what we're gonna find out.
37 wins. They're not making the playoffs.
Was the problem?
I can tell you that right now.
The problem is actually going to be Tyrese Maxey. Everyone blames Tyrese Maxey.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what I said on that Dallas episode. I take it all back. These niggas are awful.
That defense is gonna be cooked. Everyone knew that defense was
That's why yesterday when y'all dudes were trying to tell me about Dallas being contenders, I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Yo, having faith in Dallas.
Yeah, but that's because you hate Kyrie.
This lineup is. I would have thought that Steve Kerr or Darvin Ham was the coach of this little ass lineup.
Is that Grant Williams at the 5?
Who they started?
Yeah.
It was Derek Lively at the 5.
Grant Williams at the 5. This is like that Houston team.
It was Grant Williams at the 4. It was Luka, Kyrie, and I don't know. It was another rookie. Their other rookie was starting. Prosper. Something like Prosper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's starting. They dropped their starting lineup earlier today.
But that's just the preseason lineup though, right? They wouldn't possibly start that. Start that lineup in the regular
Bob,
season.
I mean, you don't just come the first preseason game and be like, clearly this has been the lineup that's been starting through practice there with however many times they practice, but you don't just start the first preseason game and be like, oh well, we're just gonna throw out the second unit, or I'm just gonna throw this guy in there.
No. I know this isn't probably their day one starter.
They're not starting them two rookies.
But
why isn't it?
Derek Lively might start because Dwight Powell looks awful.
Garbage.
Derek Lively.
Garbage. Garbage. He's not a starter on a playoff team. No, he is not.
Rookie. He's not starting, but you're replacing him with who? Josh Green or Tim Hardaway Jr. That's not
so basically what y'all saying is Dallas might be a play-in team. If not, they're back to the lottery.
All I'm saying is offensively, I can see this team picking up. Like what they're trying to do offensively, I can see that working eventually. Defensively, this shit is cooked if you're playing any team that's not running small ball. Because there's just they're running lineups where they got Seth Curry and Kyrie on the court together. Listen, defense is not this team's strong suit at all.
Wait, Domo, are you saying that there's been a time in this game where they had Seth, Kyrie, Luka, Grant Hill?
Well, no.
Grant Hill.
Not Grant Hill. No, not Grant Hill.
If they had Grant Hill, I'd be
that'd be real nice.
It's no way. Is that what you're telling me, Domo? They had Seth, Kyrie, and Luka together?
No, they're probably going to run that lineup eventually, but Luka wasn't on the court. I will say, I watched this nigga Dwight Powell make an open layup. He's garbage.
With the weekend though, with the weekend, it was a wide open layup.
Dwight Powell.
Dwight Powell with the weekend, right at the rim. He is not a starter on a playoff team.
When you're past age of 13, when you're past age of 13 and you're doing layups, there is no weekend. It's just a layup. If you miss the
big fella missed. Yeah, he missed the layup. He smoked the layup at the rim. Yes, he did. Yes, he absolutely did.
If you're a big man missing layups in the NBA, I am concerned. Open layups at that.
I'm not concerned. I know what he's doing.
6'11". Why didn't he just dunk the basketball?
Everyone misses layups.
No, but Derek Lively is going to be Derek Lively is going to be an elite. Derek Lively is an elite.
In probably 4 years, because right now he looks
lost. He looks a little lost.
What about Josh? So Josh Green's not getting no love.
He came off the bench. He's played 10 minutes so far. It's still 4 minutes left in the first half.
Jason Kidd's a terrorist.
I think Josh
Oliver, he's played 9 minutes
in the regular season.
Grant's been pretty well. Grant's been well, but I'm not gonna trust this team to have Grant Williams playing the Draymond role of guarding bigger guys. He's on Cat right now. Cat's having a field day. Cat's out here. Chilltown's upset about him hezzy tweening at the 3-point line. If you watching this game for real, I want him doing this all day because he's hitting them. As long as he's hitting them, it's fine. Cat's doing what he wants out there.
I had Minnesota as a top 5 seed last year in the West. And I think that they're going to.
I know it's preseason. Every game of basketball matters. I don't care what nobody says.
I know it's the preseason, but I still think that they're a playoff team. 100%. I think they're a playoff team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they was right there, right back in the mix again. That would not surprise me. So, and I forget. Didn't change his number? Didn't Ant change his number?
Yeah, he's number 5.
Why did he do that?
NBA legend Omir Caspi. Oh my god,
he's number 5 now.
Where's Omir Caspi at?
They're showing like players and stuff that's there, like former players. They don't call Boris Diaw NBA legend.
There he is.
I was sitting there like
Boris Diaw super underrated.
First of all, Boris Diaw was 100% a legend.
The legends, yeah, respect the legends.
100%.
A Spur legend, I'll give you that. Even a Charlotte
Spur legend, a Suns legend,
Phoenix
legend, Suns legend. Yeah. What?
He a legend on every franchise he's been on, man. He's the good.
Well, I know
Damo, he was one of them. Damo, he's one of the main reasons.
Damo, he's one of the main reasons why. Respect Omri Caspi. Respect Omri Caspi.
Damo's one of the main.
King's legend Omri Caspi. King's legend Omri Caspi.
Yeah, he's definitely. He wanted to. Boris Diaw, one of the main reasons why they came back and beat y'all when y'all was up 3-1 in that series. He was one of the main reasons why. So
he's a terrorist merch. Hey, the moment PC, the moment PC drops terrorist merch, maybe best believe.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Domo, look, I got it all. I got it all mapped out.
If someone brings that and they wear he's a terrorist merch to an airport, you're good.
That's crazy.
So
hey, look,
just can't go to certain places.
I can't wear that to an
the shirt don't say he's a terrorist, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be like in an arch right here.
You don't want merch that you can't wear anywhere.
Bro, if I wore that shit to an airport, they're checking me right away.
No, you can't wear that shit anywhere.
Hey, Mars, I ain't gonna hold you. That's
Jalen, I probably wouldn't let you wear that even on this panel.
Yeah,
where he's a terrorist
Jalen, for real. I
shirt.
ain't even trying to be funny, Jalen, but you can't wear that.
You cannot wear that. No.
Hey, Domo, though, on the shirt, it's gonna be just the top of the head, and then it's gonna have a lump on the head, and then it's gonna have a finger right here like this.
I am not a terrorist.
Y'all crazy. That man got shot in the head.
And I want to.
Y'all make fun of this nigga like he almost lose his life. Bro, turn your camera back.
People got stabbed like 8 times and take make fun of it all the time. We don't care.
What's wrong with y'all?
Now he has a lump in his head. I mean, it is what it is.
Y'all need help. Y'all need to seek psychiatry.
I just want to Garfield.
You said 2011, buddy. 2004.
Y'all need to seek help for real. Seek help.
We need to seek help.
All right.
I'm sure he did seek help when he got shot in the head, Domo.
I'm sure he didn't just.
He needed it. He definitely needed the help.
He definitely did need that. Yes, he did.
What?
Yes, he did.
All right, y'all. God Serena sent through a super chat. God Serena said the Embiid hate will skyrocket if they get bounced out.
Like a motherfucker. What? I can't wait.
How much higher can it get?
I can't wait to go here and hate on Joel Embiid again. Yo, that's you know what? On the panel, that's one of my favorite pastimes. Is calling Joel Embiid a bum. I love.
Oh, he's in the rotation of bums for you, Big Ox.
Yeah, so who's your all bum team?
Him.
Okay, starting we got Chris Paul starting at the 1, James at the 2, James Harden at the 2, Luke at the 3, Draymond Green, Karl Anthony Towns at the 4,
and then Embiid at the 5.
Embiid at the 5.
That's his all bum.
And Draymond coming off the bench.
That team winning.
Yeah. No, like you drop that team in the NBA, what do they do?
Oh wait, Chris Paul, James Harden, Luka, shit. They get to the play. Shit. They getting all in their prime too. Chris Paul, prime.
No, today, right now.
Oh, yeah, they're not even making the playoffs. Bro.
Garbage.
That's crazy. Luka and Embiid together.
Trash.
Well, you do got Luka and Joel. It depends. Are they in the West or the East?
It don't matter.
So we just don't care about the fact that team's defense is comprised of Embiid and no one else.
Chris Paul. That's what it's comprised of. And
38-year-old Chris Paul in defense.
That's it.
If you
got Draymond off the bench, Embiid is your rim protector. Which, by the way, that's going to be a big deal this year with the Philadelphia 76ers. He's going to have to be better defensively. That's going to help their offense. He got to be a better rebounder. He got to be a better rim protector.
And what's his name? Because obviously Doc Rivers is the coach.
Nice.
So if you let me get them in there,
the all bum coach.
They can still lose in the second round in their prime. But
Chris Paul, James Harden, Luka, and Embiid.
Doc Rivers is the coach.
They losing in the second round. Oh my God!
Doc Rivers is coaching. Doc Rivers is coaching, and he doesn't.
And
have
Doc Rivers is coaching.
Yeah, he doesn't have Kevin Garnett. So Doc Rivers without Kevin Garnett, I'm not sold.
So that might be a 3-1 lead again, being blown.
Yeah, right. Exactly. They'll probably sweep the first round, and then in the second round they'll go up 2-0, go up 3-1, and then lose. It'd be pitiful.
Everybody's fired.
So what you're saying is Doc don't got KG. Joel don't got a doctor. Luka don't got the ball. Karl Anthony Towns don't got heart. James Harden doesn't have what? They just don't got enough.
They don't got enough. But they got Draymond off the bench though. They got Draymond off the bench. So
everybody's
all right. Bob's all bump squad. Keeping it pushing. Marquivian Black says salute Mars, Ticket, Big Ox, Mars, Chilltown, Domo, Dub Host, and what looks to be LeGlaze.
LeGlaze.
Owning is crazy. Owning is crazy.
That's fucking sick. LeGlaze, that's not cool.
Jay-Z the Zoe said the games that the Sixers won, Harden was the lead scorer. And as far as how you should play, who has been further in the postseason, Embiid or Harden?
Harden.
Yep, Harden.
So do you guys think James has a point?
What's his point?
That they should be running it through him.
Yeah, I mean that's what Jay-Z saying in this super chat that Harden when he was the leading scorer, they won.
Was this from when I asked Ticket if what they would do if James Harden, like, couldn't they still win if James Harden was the leading scorer on the team?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, no.
Sounds like a James Harden jockstrap sniffer. So.
Yeah, he doesn't have a plan. No.
Boo.
BD Productions says shout out to PC for carrying sports media this summer. Also, I don't know if y'all know that ESPN and FS1 shows been stealing y'all football and basketball takes. It's getting bad.
I mean, multiple people can have the same opinion on something.
That's true.
I don't know if that's proof.
They're stealing. Like, is it asinine takes? Is it like some? Oh no, that's blatantly something I said about the Kings. There's no way, Stephen, they came up with that. If it's
an opinion that is obvious that only one person really has that. Like, if I hear on ESPN or Pete T-Mac over Pete Kobe, okay, yeah, they're stealing.
If I put in the first page and they up there talking about Aaron,
you wild for that too, Big Ox. I just want to make sure we clear on that.
Hey, man,
you're super wild for that, Big Ox.
If I see Shannon Sharp talking about air attacks and 70s players, hey man,
where'd you get that from, Shannon?
If I hear Andre Kirilenko defense, I'm suing.
You will never hear that. You will never hear that Andre Kirilenko was better than Tatum. You will never hear that. Never. On no platform anywhere. You're the only one who think that.
And they're gonna take my Cowboys.
He don't even think that. And nobody in Russia think that.
They're gonna take my Cowboys take from yesterday. Cowboys over the Niners.
Hey, smoking y'all on Sunday.
Hey, I don't think that's crazy to say.
The Cowboys are about to really expose the Niners. The Niners are being beaten up by some bum ass teams, acting like they're that great. They have weaknesses. That right side, they got a rookie right tackle that's going to get exposed by Dallas. Dallas going to force turnovers. Brock Purdy. That's the problem, though. Just like in football, just like we talked about yesterday, any given Sunday in football, we've seen teams lose to win.
So then why you discredit him for beating bums if the Cowboys lose to bums?
No, the problem is the hype. The hype on San Francisco is getting overhyped because they've been beating on these bad teams. When in reality, they have.
So why did the Cowboys beat up on a bad team? Why did they lose?
They had a bad day. It happens in football. We've seen it happen time and time again. We saw the Chiefs lose to what's their?
The Lions are serious though. The Lions are actually.
And Jalen, just so you know, Jalen, the team that y'all lost to, the Arizona Cardinals, we beat them by 3 touchdowns in their building.
And that's fine. And the Cowboys are going to win by 5 or 10. The Cowboys are going to win by 10 on Sunday.
There's the one mitigating factor with the Cowboys that cannot be denied. Dak Prescott. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anything else about the Cowboys except Dak
San Francisco's second corner is actually weak too. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to have a field day. Again, they have a rookie right tackle that's given up 3 sacks this year against bad teams.
It's the same corner last year who Dak threw the ball to last year too, by the way. Same one. So
we're going to see. And Christian McCaffrey's not going to be able to run on the Dallas Cowboys like he's run on these other teams.
Just like Arizona wasn't able to run on y'all.
Is Michael Parsons
Arizona
healthy? Is he healthy? I know he got hurt.
I believe he's going to play. I want to check out. I believe he's going to play.
We're not talking. We ain't gonna do no football talk because we
check out open field, man. Check out press box open field.
Come check out open field, but it's the Cowboys. That's all I'm gonna say about the Cowboys. Mars, you being from England and you watching soccer, there is a specific team every year that, as good as they are, you know for a fact this is the bop bop bop, and at some point they're gonna reveal themselves. That's
Cowboys going to Cowboy. Cowboys going to Cowboy.
So at some point, we're going to get reintroduced to the Cowboys. So
no, Mars, the Cowboys are PSG with Neymar in them failing time and time again in the Champions League. That's
no, they're not. No, they are not because they don't get to the championship. No, they don't.
Well, PSG don't really get you a championship either, except the French league. But no one really cares about the French league. We talk about
interesting hearing you guys try and give me football analogies to help me understand. Yeah. I enjoy this part.
All right, y'all, keeping it pushing. Speaking of football analogies, Toxic Key said James Harden is Terrell Owens.
Isn't Terrell Owens one of like the GOATs?
Yes. Don't ever disrespect Terrell Owens like that.
Right. No, he is not.
That's crazy.
No, he is not. You never heard no nonsense about Terrell Owens off the field, and he was consistently good in the playoffs. Don't forget Terrell Owens. I think he set the record for yards. I think he had 180 yards against Philly in the Super Bowl after breaking his ankle and being out for 2 months. He hadn't played in 2 months, and he had to sign a waiver to play in the Super Bowl because he wasn't even cleared. He had to sign a waiver and had 180 yards receiving in the bowl game against Philadelphia. So
that sounds like someone who didn't quit to me.
There's a lot of things you can call it. Terrell Owens. Quitter is not one of them. That's someone who definitely did not really quit.
Call Michael Jordan that. Wow.
Right.
Early Cofield said, "Y'all welling. Jumping ticket today. He won 3 chips."
Yes, he did.
So why y'all welling though?
Yes, that's a DC. That's a Philly word. It mean lying. That's what that is.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jordan could have won 10 straight championships. He still quit.
Early Cofield with the super chat said, "Bob, Pip quit in an actual game, but you praise him."
That's the issue. That's the issue of assuming quit is just a derogatory term. A lot of people can quit. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. If you don't like what's going on somewhere and you decide to remove yourself from that place, like Domo said, you can quit your job. It's not a bad thing to quit your job. People quit all the time.
You duck in the ground if you quit.
It's an emotional response. That's all it is. You think quitting is just some bad thing. Oh, you quit. Oh my God. Like you can just quit and it not be a negative thing. But you guys just view it so negatively that if you hear your Lord and Savior quit, you get angry. But if you actually understand the definition of the word, you wouldn't get so angry about it. And that's what another thing. A lot of you guys are these big macho men. Oh, you want to hate on women for being so emotional. Oh, you women are so emotional. You don't care. You guys just listen to the words and it affects your emotional state. But meanwhile, we bring up your favorite athlete. The emotions are through the roof. It's insane. You guys love to talk about, oh my God. Oh, these women are so emotional. They don't listen to what we say. They just listen to how we say it and they get so angry. They don't care what we say. They just listen to the tone and get so emotional. Then we talk about Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or Allen Iverson, whoever it may be. You guys act the exact same way.
You get more emotional. It gets more.
It's hilarious. I'm just there like, you guys are just as emotional.
That's real.
Absolutely.
Is what it is.
Yeah, man. Y'all gotta stop being so emotional, and above all, y'all gotta stop welling.
And with Kobe, it's even worse because he ain't around no more. That makes it even worse with him. So whenever you talk about him, it has to be praised because anything other than that, it's already the fact that as good as he is, but the fact that he ain't around no more, that amplifies the emotion. So it's like you dishonoring somebody that's not around no more, which is just not true. But that's crazy how that Mars just hit it on the head. And then, by the way, Mars, what they'll do is, that's absolutely Mars.
It's just emotional. It is what it is. Shout out to you emotional people, man. Just accept your emotional. Accept your emotions.
It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to cry.
Accept it.
It's cool.
Just don't act like you're not, because clearly you guys are. I see you guys in the chat. The moment, like the LeBron fans are the exact same. When the moment LeBron's getting slandered, in their emotions.
Here they come. Here we go.
Moment Jordan's getting slandered, in their emotions. Like I can see it.
Can I ask, has there ever been 2 other players in the history of a sport where if you mention one, the other is automatically brought up in terms of trying to diminish or in defense of the other? So like if you're talking about Jordan, whatever you're talking about with Jordan, well, I mean, look at LeBron. LeBron did it, blah, 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 blah.
When I was growing up, Domo, if you brought up Bird, you had to bring up Magic. If you brought up Magic, Bird name came up right after that.
Okay.
I do think
immediately after that, Bird's name came up right after. So whenever you was talking about Bird and you said something, whenever you said something good about Bird, Magic name came up. Whenever you was talking about Magic and you said something bad about Magic, Bird name came right up after that, right after it.
Messi and Ronaldo definitely a thing, but in other sports I don't see it. Like when we're debating tennis, whether it's Federer, Djokovic, Nadal, you just talk about their accolades, what they win. You don't necessarily bring up the other. In golf, Tiger Woods versus Jack Nicklaus. You don't really talk, you just talk about what each did in their era. So it's interesting. I think in basketball that's more common, may say, but obviously in soccer with Ronaldo and Messi.
Messi and Ronaldo is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like you can't praise Cristiano Ronaldo without someone bringing up the fact that Messi's better, and vice versa. It's
Do you have to have that conversation about, like, if you and me was having a conversation about Messi, somebody immediately chime in about Ronaldo immediately?
Yes. There'll be videos of Cristiano Ronaldo signing an autograph for a fan, and they will make it somehow about how Messi has more Ballon d'Ors and he's the better player. It's ridiculous what they do. The football community, when it comes to Messi and Ronaldo, craziest. Like if anyone goes on Twitter and just looks at like any ESPN will post Messi or they'll post Ronaldo, read the comments. It's ridiculous. Every single comment section turns into Messi and Ronaldo. It's disgraceful.
Charles YouTube Entertainment said, I listen to y'all on the road while I'm driving. Y'all help me get through long drives. Ticket, keep defending yourself. Mars, just stop.
That's what we here for, brother. That's what we here for. If we agreed on everything, one of us shouldn't be here.
We got a Jordan.
That's why we here. Absolutely.
No doubt.
Now, again, I'm not and I'm on record saying this. Jalen and I are both James guys. Jalen is a ridiculous James guy. I'm not a ridiculous James guy, however. I am at least rational about my James fandom, right? I can accept certain things are the way that they are. Jalen, on the other hand, it's just, I'm like, chill.
You know what it is? No, you know what it is? You know what it is about? You know what it is? People talk about Michael Jordan like he's goddamn God came down and visited Earth in Michael Jordan's body.
Right? I mean, he was nicknamed Black Jesus.
Right? So
they did call him Black Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. So when that happens, I'm gonna have to tell you, 2018 LeBron James, Jesus God himself could come down and couldn't do what LeBron did in 2018. He couldn't do it.
So you mean to tell me he couldn't come down and get smoked out the playoffs?
I'll tell you right now, Jesus comes down in 2018 and you take LeBron and you put Jesus on that team, they get swept by the Boston Celtics. They ain't making the finals.
I think they win the NBA championship if it was Jesus.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd like to believe if Jesus is who the people say he is,
I think they win the NBA championship.
I think he doesn't get swept.
Yeah, I think they win the NBA championship.
He was a carpenter. He did not have a jump shot. I don't think he could do it.
I had to remove both of them. Look, check this out. I'm going straight to the church house after this. I'm paying my tithes. I'm gonna say a nice long prayer and all of that. Hey, look, check this out. Hey, I'm not gonna get struck down this week.
I don't know about paying no tithes, but I'll pull up.
Like 5'8". Like Jesus was short.
Yeah, but he had a 50-inch vertical though.
He didn't. Jesus was 5'8". Jesus being my height, like.
From what I've read and from what I've heard, it was Jesus. So I don't care if he was 5'6".
Mars, you said you could average 8 points per game in the 60s, right? 50s. If Jesus is close to your height, on the 50s, okay. I think Jesus.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe I misread it, but it was a Bible verse in there that said something like Jesus swept. So that's all I remember. I know he was winning this playoff.
Yeah, he got swept by the 2018 Warriors.
Jesus wept, fool.
He wept.
That Sixers pack.
It was tears after he got swept. So yeah, he wept.
Y'all, I'm gonna have to get off of this stream, yo. I am not trying to go to hell. So
it's one of the ghosts, man. Shout out.
Are you trying to get on that train, Big Ox? Are you trying to get on that train?
Man, on top of that, I don't know. My mama might be watching this, so you know.
Yeah, what? Someone alluded to in the chat. What comeback is better, LeBron's 3-1 or Jesus' comeback?
All right, yeah, I gotta go.
Which one's better?
We definitely gonna keep it pushing, yo. We definitely gonna keep it pushing. We gonna keep it pushing, yo. We gonna keep it pushing. If you haven't said your daily prayer or broke your daily bread, go ahead and do that. Shout out to everybody in whatever religion that they do pray to, or however you get down. Early Cofield with the super chat said Jalen is a damn casual in all sports talk.
Early, you were at the press box. Yes, I got love for you. You were casual with eating healthy in the gym too. Get that diet right. But you know,
okay, all right. Hey, I see at around the 18-minute mark of this show, things just took a crazy left turn. Marquivian Black said MJ's father's killer will be released this year. Chill.
Right. I think his sentence was 30 years. Yeah. I think his sentence was 30 years. And we have a tendency to think that, everybody that go to jail is going to be there forever. Everybody that go to jail does not there forever. People get out of jail, and people who murder other people or kill other people, they're not in jail forever. So
what state? What state was that?
North Carolina.
It was North Carolina. Okay,
It was in North Carolina. Pops pulled over on the side of the road, get some rest.
Life sentence is 25 years, right? Life sentence, he got like one life, which is 25 years.
I think it was 30. It was 30 to life. Yeah, it was 30 to life.
England is 20 years for a life sentence, which makes no sense.
20 years.
People do less than that. Depends.
Yeah, and if you're on good behavior, it's even less than that. Life sentence. If you get a life sentence at 20, you could be out by 35.
Or if
depends on what state. It depends. Everywhere is different. Every judge, depends.
Your lawyer definitely matters.
All right, y'all, keeping it pushing. Low key 870 said Ticket quit the day he said F the chat and left.
Hell, the day Mars kept throwing big words at him in the chat, he quit.
Yeah, but we've had to stop we've actually had to stop using long words because of the complaints we've heard around about some people not understanding definitions of words. Even quit might be a bit too long of a word based on what I heard today, so we might have to stick to 3-letter words. So that's what I'm
Yo, more. Do y'all not have a stop bullying campaign out there in England? Because we definitely got one in America.
Bro, I mentioned this.
It's actually a crime in America, Mars. Just so you know.
Cyberbullying.
It's actually a crime.
Yeah, Mars, you might not want to cross them waters for next PC weekend. It might be on you.
Mars is the number one online bully. I said to Open Gym. Mars is the number one online bully.
I don't bully anyone.
I don't know, Mars, with the willingness some people on this panel got with pressing charges, you might get hit with cyberbullying. You might want to be careful. You might want to be careful.
I might be at risk, man. I might be at risk.
Thanks, Mars.
Toxic Key with the super chat said retirement is quitting.
Yes, especially if your contract isn't up and you leave for any reason besides any reason besides career-ending injury, then you quit.
What about age quit? Like when you get older?
No, Dylan. If you can physically do the job, if you can physically do the job and you leave before your contract, you quit. I don't care if you're Black Jesus. I don't care how much y'all hate it. That motherfucker quit.
Facts.
He's still to go, but he quit. Facts.
Guns go pew pew. Hold on, what?
Vontae Davis quit at halftime.
See, that's quitting. What Vontae Davis? Yeah,
Vontae Davis quit at halftime. He said, "I'm retired." Yes, he did. He did not go back. He did not come back for the rest of the game.
What about what Antonio Brown did? Was that him quitting, or was that saying "F y'all"?
That was
some mental shit, but he still quit.
Yeah. You can frame it any way you like. You know, they got tired and left for something else. You can say quit, whatever. Like what Mars Domo was saying earlier, it's just how people define the word quit.
It's just the connotation in the word quit. It just sounds like you're weak.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's what
it is. It just sounds like you're weak, and it sounds like you're submissive. When in reality, quit can be a bunch of different things. We've all quit something at some point. Whether you quit a job, you quit a girl, we've all quit something.
Chill. If ESPN comes to you,
have weak moments. Even strong people have weak moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but the thing about it is people just get too sensitive about words, and then their feelings get hurt, and they want to be like, "Oh, he didn't quit. Fuck you." Like, say fuck
chill.
You.
If ESPN comes to you, they're gonna give you $5 million a year to talk sports on thing, but you got to leave Players' Choice. You gonna quit.
I'm not quitting. I'm moving on.
Exactly, moving on.
I thought you were going to say that you wasn't going to take the job. I was going to say, brother, send them my way.
I'm moving on. There's a difference. Two things are not the same.
Guns Go Pew Pew wants to know: didn't LeBron quit when he changed teams?
Yes.
Or did he move on?
Was his contract up?
Yes, his contract was up.
You can make that argument. I don't think you quit if you're no longer contractually obligated. That's why I don't think Jordan. That's why at 98, I don't think he quit.
It's simple as this, Domo. As simple as this. Jordan's a quitter. LeBron's not.
I'm with that logic.
I'm with it too.
I have no problem with that.
The chat about to get real sensitive right now.
I have no problem discrediting that ball-headed menace. Trust me.
Whoa.
Shit.
And by the way, go pew pew. I forgot to read your super chat on my live. I apologize, brother. Next time you come, I actually saved it, so I'll make sure that I remember it the next time I see you. I apologize, brother. My fault.
Chilltown pulling.
What's funny? What's funny to me is people saying that he won, so he technically didn't quit because he won. Like,
just because they don't know the definition of quit.
But Mars, you read the definition, and
then he still didn't understand.
Hey, comprehension is key. Comprehension is key, man.
If people just listened to actually what was being said, a lot of these problems wouldn't come up. But people just don't listen. They just get ready to make their counterpoint, even not hearing the original point.
A lot of people don't listen. And you know what? I'm not even just talking about Ticket because we dance around it. Y'all want to not say anything. I'm not even just saying Ticket. It's a lot of people in general who don't listen. They just wait to talk. And that is a big problem. Like, people got to learn how to really listen sometimes.
G Life with the super chat said Dwight Howard to Boston. What y'all think?
I think we need to start begging for Dwight Howard to be in the NBA.
Yeah. Dwight Howard has not played more than 5 to 10 minutes a game, if that.
He can give you 15 minutes.
I don't even know if he's giving you 15.
When was the last time Dwight Howard played in the NBA?
22 on the Sixers.
He was on Philly last year?
No,
so 2 years
the year
ago.
Before last year. Yeah, the year before. Not this season that just went, the one before.
Right, so almost 2 years ago. So at 30, what is he? 37, I think. 37.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now I know you need vets, but when you're talking about a guy like Dwight Howard, somebody's talking about bringing him in for him to be effective, like to play some minutes. How effective can Dwight Howard be in 15 minutes? And is Dwight Howard one of those dudes who would be okay only playing 15 minutes?
I think Dwight Howard will be definitely comfortable playing 15 minutes. Yeah. And we're talking about a guy who the last time he played at 36 gave you 16 minutes, gave you what? 6 and 6 with almost a block. I mean, not almost a block. It was 0.6, but 6 and 6, 6 boards, 6 points, and some fouls. I mean, how many teams don't need that? Especially if you end up going against a lineup where you're playing against bigs. Sometimes you might have to revert to that old Shaq way of how teams construct their teams for Shaq, where you just need extra bigs just to have fouls, just to have bodies to throw on somebody. That will always be useful to me. So I think Dwight can do that over other guys. I'd rather have Dwight in that role than Wyndon Gabriel. Like, what the hell? I'll take 15 minutes Dwight over 25 minutes of Wyndon Gabriel.
When would Wyndon Gabriel ever play 25 minutes?
That's the Lakers. He might have.
He might have Celtics this year. He gonna have to.
When you Gabriel gonna get 2 minutes again?
He don't rebound. That's my biggest problem with him. He doesn't rebound. For a big guy, what is he? 6'8", 6'9"? He does not rebound. And for an energy guy, for a guy coming off the bench as an energy guy, which is what he is, he should be able to rebound. And because he doesn't, I don't think he's going to be effective on the Boston Celtics. He's going to play himself right out the lineup, right out of the rotation, because he doesn't rebound.
I'm surprised he's still in the league, but I mean, hey, credit to him.
What are you saying, Mario? You saying he should quit?
I think the league needs to quit on him.
All right, y'all. I know earlier Mars was saying that we're not going to turn this into a LeBron and Jordan episode, but it kind of has happened. And also, too, remember earlier where we mentioned if you mention LeBron or if you mention Jordan, you have to mention the other one. Well, this next super chat kind of is alluding to that. From John Reyes, he said, saw this on TikTok, and I saw Chill talk about this on his TikTok already. But what's y'all opinion about this statement? If Bron played before Jordan, there wouldn't even be a debate.
And I had posed the question, why do you think that? Like, if James showed up in 1984, why wouldn't it? And we're suggesting that Jordan was playing. Jordan showed up when James showed up. So if James showed up in 84 and did all of those things, they're suggesting that maybe he might have done more and Jordan wouldn't have done as much. So I'm trying to understand where the logic is coming from. Why wouldn't it be a conversation? Why do you think that it wouldn't be?
I always interpreted it as if LeBron came first, he would be unanimously considered the GOAT. I mean,
that's how I interpret it. When I do my my ranking and stuff, like a lot of these players are pretty even to me. So I like to just rank whichever one came first. I rank higher. Like, just makes it easier for me. So
what? Are you ranking them in chronological order?
Yeah, I'm saying. Well, look, chill out. Look, hear me out. I'm like, yo, if you're a 10, you're a 10, you're a 10. So if I go to the mall, right? If I go to the airport, because that's why I do the most watching is at the airport, right? Okay. So I'm at the airport and I see a 9, I see a 9, I see a 9, I see a 9. Whichever one I see first is the baddest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, boom. You know,
when it comes to that, I'm a recency bias type of guy. You know, whatever I see last, you know.
See, Robbie forgetting.
It's easy to forget when you see something that's just that.
Pam Grant's a knockout. Lola Falana was stopping traffic fine. Pam Grant was a knockout. She was better looking than Sal Richardson, though.
If you go like that, I just still put them like, for instance, we'll go like that. Like it go Pam Grier, Tony Braxton, Nia Long, Lisa Ray, because I seen them first like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you keep going. Like Lotto's at the very end because I've seen her last.
But sometimes the person you see last is better.
Just
like,
last.
You know, I saw Jessica Alba after Jennifer Lopez. I'm still taking Jessica Alba. Shout out Fluent.
Oh, well, you're just drunk.
Jessica Lopez is a baby.
Yeah, I got lucky in general.
Taking Jessica Alba over Jennifer Lopez just means you got some type of head injury.
Yo, Jalen, Jessica who?
Jessica Alba? Go.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, what? Stop it.
Tell you, I couldn't really.
You lying.
Luke, just so you know, Taylor, Felicia
cute,
Rashad, I couldn't.
Sexy all at once.
I couldn't really get too much into Felicia Rashad because she reminded me of my mother. That's why I couldn't get into her like that. Because she looked very much like my mother. That's why.
That's a very valid reason.
So
give me that. Yep.
Y'all
so
no naming bad women. I'm gonna start naming porn stars. So
here we go.
Right.
Here we go.
Let's keep it because that happened a couple episodes ago. So we still, yeah. But so nobody believes that if LeBron was before Jordan that he would be unanimously the GOAT.
One of the main
because I see him first. And yeah.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about it. Here's the thing, Mars. Like when you talk about James, where would his inspiration have come from? Would Jordan's inspiration come from James? Like where would James's inspiration come from? Would it have come from Doc? Would he have played like Doc instead of like? Would he have played like Magic? But like, where would his inspiration have come from? So it's not like, so it's not like Jordan showed up first and. I'm sorry, it's not like James showed up first and his inspiration would have just been Doc and Jordan showed up and his inspiration would have been James. Like, how would that have gone? How would that have worked? I don't know.
LeBron would be the original. He'd be the originator. Same how Magic was the prototype. LeBron James would be that. He'd be the original and people would copy off of him because
I think LeBron's motivation would just be getting out the projects, pretty simple.
I think to this debate, I think a lot of I think everyone does have a generational bias for the most part. I think people like we're gonna see this like right now, people who are on, let's say, TV, they're of that generation that watched a lot of Michael Jordan. As the age gap goes, more people who are, let's say, born in the 90s, LeBron's going to be the GOAT. And then there's going to be people who are born in 2010s who are going to start doing shows like this, going to be on TV, and they might say Luka or Giannis, right? So generationally, it's going to keep moving. But obviously, I think with more film now,
anyone who says Giannis is the GOAT, please don't have a platform. Hey, Jesus Christ!
That time
he already said that. Mars, please. He already said that. Karolinko a better defender than Tim Duncan. So we already seen that.
We explained that. The logic.
Remember.
No, Jalen, that was bad.
Remember,
it was based on some Andre Karolinko highlight clip. Like
no, the logic was.
I heard, but I still didn't hear the logic.
Yeah, the logic was. I think elite wing defenders could be more valuable than defenders who are simply more rim protectors. Right, I think, especially in today's NBA with the switching, the moving around going on, I think an elite wing defender could be better than someone who's just like I think. Okay, so I think Kawhi Leonard is more valuable defensively today at his peak than, let's say, Dikembe Mutombo would be today.
So Tim Duncan dealing with bigs and how the pick and roll is administered today, wouldn't he be just as good, or wouldn't he be valuable, just as valuable, considering?
He would be valuable, but I don't think he'd be as valuable today as he was in the mid 2000s.
But they both played in the same era.
By the way, Mars,
that's like why be
it's not like Karolinko showed up 15 years later. They played in the same era.
I might have overstated Karolinko's hype. No, I mean,
at the same time, and no one was saying, "Hey, AK-47 a better defender than Tim Duncan" at the time.
100%. But do you think Kawhi? Let's see Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to use peak Kawhi Leonard instead of AK-47. Peak Kawhi Leonard could be more valuable than peak Tim Duncan is today on defensive end of the ball.
Well, I mean, AK-47 is not Kawhi Leonard, though.
Yeah, I'm using Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to use the wrong playing AK-47. Let's say Kawhi, even Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen today as a perimeter defender would be more valuable to his team defensively than Tim Duncan? I can
100% get behind that.
I think Scott, you can make an argument.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that was a logical.
How versatile you think Tim Duncan is, but I think you can make an argument straight up.
In today's game, though, Scotty guards 1 through 5.
Yeah,
for the most part.
At least 1 through 4. Yeah,
it's a lot of 5 Scotty could guard.
Yes, at least 1 through 4, but yeah, some 5s definitely. It's quite like that. Still a quitter though.
I should have stuck with the Kevin Garnett's a better defender than Tim Duncan. That would have been more.
Yeah, that was you brought an AK-47.
We can actually have a conversation. I'm sorry,
no doubt.
I was just gonna say, Jalen, sometimes it's better to quit while you're ahead.
Oh, it is. it is.
Like Jordan did.
Hey man, for the content, man, for the content, get the views up, chat. Go check out that video again if you want.
Leaf Diggy, you do not believe that, brother. No, you don't. You do not believe Scottie Pippen did not guard. No, you don't.
That's crazy.
There's no way you believe that.
Y'all should have seen it last night. I'm talking about P5. P5 was on Leaf Diggy line. Oh, it got
hello.
I've never seen P5.
Diggy, you got cooked by P5.
Shut up, P5. Hey, he been in the lab. He been working on his game. He didn't quit. He continued to work. Now check him out.
He definitely quit. We hadn't seen P5 for like 3 months. He definitely quit. He just came
He been in the lab. He didn't quit. You just been behind the scenes working on himself. Shout out P5.
Kyle Lowry just do nothing for 7 years and come and suddenly be an all-star.
But Tay, you said that contract, Taylor, you said that Scottie Pippen's contract was terrible, but we have to put it in the context why Scottie Pippen signed that deal, right? You got to remember, Scottie couldn't see the future. He didn't know that the NBA was going to be as big as it was, especially back then. You signed deals and you signed long-term deals. And at that time, the contract that he signed was front-loaded. It wasn't back-loaded. So all of the money that he made it up front. So if that contract was spread out evenly, then it wouldn't really be that bad. Plus, Scottie Pippen had a bunch of family problems that he had to deal with. So I mean, I understand it, but the most important part was he didn't know how big the NBA was about to become. He just saw the money that was in front of him at that point. I think it was a 5-year deal for $13 million. And in 1992,
it was 7. It was a 7-year deal.
And that sounded like, Jordan signed an 8-year deal for $25 million. That's how his contract ended in 95.
They were robbing Jordan.
So
definitely underpaid.
Yeah, man, $25 million, man. That's just not enough.
The money he was generating.
I ain't gonna lie. When you start looking at like the money these like top stars are signing for back then, it make a lot of sense why they be hating on a lot of these.
100%. I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad.
They be mad seeing Tobias Harris making triple what they made in their careers in one country.
It wasn't like Jordan was getting cheated. $3 million, that was the going rate. It wasn't like he was getting shortchanged.
No. I know he wasn't getting cheated, but I'm saying if he signed an 8-year, $25 million deal, and then he got to wake up and cut a check for potentially Terry Rozier to be making $20 million a year, I would be hating on a lot of these other guys too.
LaMelo's going to get $500 million. LaMelo's going to get $500 million based on the next.
That is a crazy no. I'm Michael Jordan. I am the peak pinnacle of what a basketball player is. And in my career, at one point during that peak, I signed for 8 years, $25 million. I'm cutting a check for a guy coming off my bench for $20 million a year.
But Domo, I think if you Jordan or you a boss, he probably look at it like you welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like I made this possible. You know what I'm saying? I'm honored. I'm happy to cut this check for you because you wouldn't be getting this if it wasn't for what I did to the league. I think personally, if he, I think Jordan looking at it like from a boss standpoint, like, yeah, you welcome, young brother. I'm putting off, I put on for y'all back in the 80s.
That's how I became a billionaire, right? I'm a billionaire because
the best way to make some money, the best way to make some money is to make somebody else some money.
That's fair. That's fair. And I know Jordan is making so much money now, and he is a boss, so he might not look at it that way. But the guys that are on bosses right now that are like lost in the sauce without the NBA.
Dominique Wilkins, he's pissed off.
Hell yeah.
But y'all got to remember the only reason these TV deals and they getting the money is because when Dominique was coming through there, boom, boom. Now
exactly. I'm putting some money in his pocket. I'm making money for other people. I couldn't make for myself.
This shit. You got that.
They're not getting residuals off that.
Yeah, but still, so what? You still get the pride, the honor to know that.
Oh yes, let me pay my life bill with pride.
They still got
that's not working, Mars.
You're not paying the liable with pride. I'm saying they still make good money back then. So if they were good with their finances, had some good people in their corner, made some good investments, and bought some apartment complexes and stuff like that, they still eating, they getting money. Now the problem is, some people look at it if you count other people's pockets, then you're gonna be mad. But my thing is, as long as my money is taking care of everything I need it to be, I don't care how much money you got. You know what I'm saying? And the reason you got that money is because I was such a dog back in the day. Everybody love the game now. You know what I'm saying? I
watches the barbecue joints, man. A lot of them wasn't good with their money. I ain't gonna lie to you. They were.
That's on
them. Were though. But don't they? Does the NBA have like league pensions they give the foreign players?
They do. They get pensions. Yeah.
They do.
How many years you got to play to get that pension?
I think 10 years. Is it 10 years?
Yeah.
10?
No, not that long. You don't have to play that long.
I think there's levels of pension. I think there's levels of pension. Yeah. Once you play 10, you get the most.
Can I address something really quickly? I'm sorry. So you just mentioned in the chat, that I'm picking and choosing between two different. I'm picking and choosing, but these two situations are completely different. Michael Jordan had already decided that he was going to retire when his father was alive. So it wasn't like his father passed and he was like, I'm quitting and this is the reason. No, he had already decided that he was going to retire when his father was alive. Scottie Pippen had two people in his family, his brother who was paralyzed in a wrestling event, and his father who had a stroke and basically died. That's why he signed that contract, because he needed that. Those two things are not the same thing. If you want to argue, my man, please come with legit logic. You just want to argue to say things. Those two things are not the same thing. And I'm not even going to say who said it. I'm not even going to say who said it.
We can guess.
The reason why I'm not going to say who said it, because I'm not saying no more time. I'm not saying any more about who this dude is. But I will say this. The way you feel about me, my man, I said it already and I'll say it again. The way you feel about me, I feel the same way about you. Let's put that out there. I feel the same way about you. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, it's clear and it's understored, and you have stated
right.
it. So whoever you are, you know now how Chill feels about you.
However you feel about me, I feel the same way about you.
I wonder if you can guess.
Winter sent through a super chat and said Jordan almost joined the Lakers, but couldn't because of the cigar cutter incident.
I did hear
Jordan was going to games because he wanted to play for Phil Jackson.
I did hear about that. Apparently, he cut his finger. Yeah, he cut his finger cutting a cigar. He cut one of the tendons in his finger cutting a cigar. That's why he couldn't play. And it was something about, and it was in the 1998-99 season. He was talking about playing for the Lakers. In the 99-2000 season, when they get not 99, in the 99-2000 season when they won the NBA championship, he was talking about playing for the Lakers, but he cut his finger cutting a cigar. So yeah.
He might be the biggest Phil Jackson merchant I've ever seen.
So Jordan seemed
he might be.
It was like, they're going to come out of retirement and add to the resume?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Hey.
That's crazy.
Jordan, Shaq, and Kobe would have been. Woo.
Jordan would have been the third best player in the team.
That would have been crazy. That's all I know.
Carrying Jordan the rings as Kobe?
How what kind of conversation we having now, Domo?
Imagine going to Yo, he carried the so-called GOAT to more rings. Come on, man. Kobe's already 3 on my list now, so I mean, I don't know. That might put him 2.
Kobe moving up everyone's list. Like to see it.
Kobe got people building super teams, hypothetically carrying GOATs. Oh my God, man! Kobe's resume would have been phenomenal.
Hey, so this just adds on to what we were saying. When Jordan comes up, LeBron comes up, then Kobe comes up, and we obviously were just talking about him, but it's also evident in this next super chat from Walker. He said Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron have all quit, but wouldn't call them quitters.
Okay, Walker, I'm not you. Okay. I would. So there we go.
It's just interesting hearing that Michael Jordan wasn't cut from the cloth that creates super teams, but here he's trying to join Shaq and Kobe. Interesting.
Crazy. He's trying to pull a Kevin Durant.
Isaiah Davis said, realistically, how many times can a franchise, quote unquote, run it back before they have to make some serious changes if they make it to the finals but lose 6 out of 7?
If you make the finals that first year, lose 6-7, I think you could run it back, because if you lose in 6 or 7, you're still relatively close to the team you lost to. I think after 3 or 4 finals runs, we've seen a history of teams breaking down or just not working anymore. It just seems that they get tired or players get whatever the case is, right? Because no one's won more than 3 in a row. And what's the most the teams made consecutive finals in the modern era?
Golden
5,
State.
yeah, 5. Golden State 5. Yeah, so I think that sounds about right. 3, 4.
And when you lose in 6 or 7 games, I feel like you close, right? I feel like you close to winning it. I thought he meant 6 or 7 years. That makes sense. If you lose in game 6 or game 7, you really not that far away from winning. Like I'm on record. You know, if you get swept, I don't think you're close to winning it. I've always felt like that. But if you got young pieces like what Boston has, and they lose to the Warriors when they were even up in the series, and they lose in 6 or 7, we clearly ain't that far away from winning it. So whatever we doing, we on the right path, right? We on the right path. So let's just stick to what it is we doing, make some minor tweaks, and see if we can win this thing.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of teams flipping their rosters every single season. I think you address weaknesses as they appear. Yeah. If your team has a clear weakness that you think will continue to be exploited, then sure, make a change. But if you lose because maybe your superstar wasn't ready, or maybe you just need to make a few changes to the role players, I think that's probably the best way to go. I don't like the idea of, you lose, the coach has to go, the second option has to go. But like, I think that's overdoing it.
Miles, if we're going off that logic, right? If we're going off that logic of how they do it now, the Boston Celtics in the 80s are not together. Because they get swept. They lose in 82 to the Celtics. I mean, they lose in 82 to Philly after being down 3-1. The next year, they get swept by the Milwaukee Bucks. At that point, if that's going on today, Kevin McHale, Robbie Parrish, Larry Bird, that crew got to get broken up. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan aren't who they are today if we're going off what happens today. After they lose in 1989, when Scottie Pippen doesn't play in the Eastern Conference Championship, he gets bowled in the face, and he ends up not playing in Game 6. Now we're looking at this team. And then in game 7, the next year, he has the migraine issue. That Bulls team is not together. That Bulls team is broken up. Scottie Pippen is gone. That Bulls team is completely different. So the Lakers, when Kobe and Shaq get swept out of the playoffs in back-to-back seasons, if we go off what happens today, them two dudes ain't together. They breaking that thing up. So I think that consistently changing the roster as opposed to just making small changes, I think that's the key to actually winning. We live in a society now where everything has to be major. We got to completely flip the roster. The Lakers got Phil Jackson in the 99-2000 season with the same crew that got swept the year before. The same crew. They won an NBA championship.
Facts.
Keeping it pushing, y'all. We got more super chats. Blind Tate 313 said, "Wow." But when it was Joker, y'all said he had to win, and nobody had never winning. Shaking my head.
I remember saying, because I said this actually last season about pressure on to win. I said the people who have the pressure on Jokic as the 2-time MVP to win. I still think it was stupid to put the pressure on him to win, because of the fact that the reason he wasn't more successful in the playoffs is because his star players, well, not star players, but his supporting pieces weren't healthy. Now, if you want to say because his team's healthy, there's no more excuses, sure, I could buy into that logic, because you didn't have the stars before. Now they're back. You'd expect them to win. I agreed with that. But yes, the pressure was on Jokic to win because he had won 2 MVPs. And the reason he hadn't won was because of apparently the pieces he didn't have around him. He now had them around him. Embiid doesn't have that. Embiid doesn't have that. If you want to say he's pressure on him because he has to stay healthy, sure, I guess. I just don't think there's any expectation on Philly to win. Also, the conference is better now than what Jokic just went through.
Is that the difference, though, Mars? I mean, that's why they're not winning. That's why they're not winning. The fact
he's not going to stay
hold up.
He's not going to, though. And I can't put pressure on him to do something he's not going to do.
There's a difference between not going to do something and can't do it. Can he stay healthy? Why can't he? So. He's got to take better care of his body. I don't think that he has a situation like Kawhi Leonard where this is just something that I can't really do anything about this. Or like Robert Williams, where Robert Williams does have, I think he got the similar situation with his knees like with Kawhi Leonard. He's just younger. That's something different, Mars, as opposed to somebody who just doesn't really take care of their body.
I don't think Joel Embiid's ever been.
Freak injuries.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I feel like he has freak injuries more than it's him not taking care of his body.
Earlier on, I can get with that, but now it seems like
I ain't buying that neither, Domo. I'm not.
Some of it to me, I'm not saying all of it. He might not take the best care of his body. I'm not arguing with that, but some of his injuries just seem to just be very unfortunate circumstances. Like him breaking his thumb. I'm not sure if that's because he doesn't take care of his body or because he just broke his thumb. His face obviously was just a freak accident.
That was a freak accident, right?
He fell on Nicholas Claxton and ended up spraining his LCL. I don't know if that's because he doesn't take care of his body or because maybe he's always on the ground or whatever it means. It just seems like a lot of accidents seem to happen around Joel Embiid. And maybe he is more fragile than most, but I don't know if that's because he doesn't take care of his body well enough or because he's just susceptible to injury.
Or he's just, I'm not saying, I ain't gonna lie to you, I've said this before, he came into the NBA hurt. This isn't somebody who's shown us, this isn't somebody that's shown us he was Mr. Iron Man before, and then, you know, he pulls a Zion where he just gains a lot of weight, and now he has injury problems. When he was young and in shape, in tremendous shape, body was fine, he had injury problems. Injuries is something he just deals with. We've seen players come before, Greg Oden, where you just come in and your body just doesn't hold up. At least his body is holding up to the point where he's still able to be great, be elite, be dominant. It just doesn't hold up to the point where he's 100% healthy, that's just not everybody. Some players, they just continuously get hurt. Some guys, it happens later in their career, mid to later. Some guys, they are relatively healthy to start, then their body breaks down. Some guys come into the league with a broken down body already. It is what it is. I'm just expecting. I go by the DMX philosophy, man. Expect people to be who they are, bro. People are going to be who they show you that they are, and who they tell you they are. If a guy comes in the NBA hurt, if he spends the first 3 to 4 years of his career hurt, I'm just going to expect him to be a player that gets hurt. Now, how do we build our team around that? How do we analyze this dude around that? That is yet to be shown, and we'll deal with that when we have to deal with that. But this guy shows me he continuously gets hurt. I'm not going to hold it against him because he's just an injured player. He just gets injured.
And by the way, Domo, DMX got that from Maya Angelou. She said, when people show you who they are, believe them. That's what he got that from.
Shout out to her.
Moving along, y'all. Julius Irvin said, like Ron said, we don't expect Philly to win because we always watch them lose. But that doesn't mean that they don't have the team or the talent to win.
Well, here's the thing, though, Mars. Like, when you have a team that is losing consecutively, right? Like, for example, the Bulls, when they were losing to the Pistons, the idea was, okay, next year they're going to do it. And then they lose in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Championship. And then next year they get to game 7. Okay, they're going to do it. So the expectation rises. When you're talking about Philly, is it because the expectation, they end up in the same spot? That's why the expectation shouldn't be higher? Because we're talking about a Philadelphia team who hasn't been, they're in the same spot they was in 2018, 2019. In the semifinals, getting bounced again.
The team just isn't good enough to win, in my opinion. I think in 2019, Toronto and Milwaukee were just better teams, but I think 2019 is the closest you can get to making the argument because I think Jimmy Butler was providing insane value as a closer, as a defender. Joel Embiid was at his best defensively, in my opinion. Ben Simmons wasn't being exploited too badly in the postseason. Now, Brett Brown was a terrorist coach, so that doesn't help. 2020, Ben Simmons is hurt, so of course they're not going to win that year. 2021, Ben Simmons was going through major terrorist problems, and then Embiid had a torn meniscus, so that's unfortunate. 2022, not only do they have Doc Rivers, but also Joel Embiid is not 100% healthy, so that doesn't help either. And then last year, Joel Embiid is once again not healthy, and I just don't think the team is good enough around Joel Embiid where you can have a 80% healthy Joel Embiid and still win. So you need to have 100% Joel Embiid, but like Domo said, he hasn't shown you he can be 100% in the postseason. So based on that, they are just not good enough to win because they don't have enough to pick up the pieces when Joel Embiid is inevitably hurt. And I'm going to not keep assuming that Joel Embiid is going to be healthy or that these role players are good enough to pick up the slack when he's not, because I don't think either of those things are going to happen.
So it's a combination of two things. In addition to Joel Embiid not being good enough, that group around him, they're not good enough to withstand when he's not good enough.
Yes, exactly.
Blind Tay 313 said, "My guy Bob, I've been blind for 9 years. Please tell me how you got Trey over Dame."
Leaf Diggy, Cleveland is third in the East, I think. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Does he have Trey over Dame? Does Unks have Trey over Dame?
Nah, he said he'd be in the locker room. He said he'd be in the locker room fighting Trey Young.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because Unks ain't very high on Trey Young.
He is not high on Trey Young, as far as I know.
Ice Dripper said, "I still haven't got a satisfactory answer on how Wilt Chamberlain or any player from the 1960s is better than Kobe."
I mean, if you do like, relative to era, if you want to talk about dominance relative to era, I think Wilt Chamberlain has the case. I always said if somebody has Wilt Chamberlain as their GOAT and their argument is
what he produced.
If they just use statistics without any context to it and relative to era dominance, if that's the criteria, I think okay. But if you're consistent with that, it's like okay. I don't agree with it, obviously, but if you're consistent with your criteria and logic behind it, it's like all right.
LA sent through a super chat and said, "Embiid joining Team USA is weaker than KD Warriors. The Olympic qualifying is next summer, and he couldn't have helped Cameroon qualify with Siakam. Weak."
Ready for the grind. Ready for the grind.
Running from the grind. No, he wants to go where the winners reside. The
hell? He wants to go medal because he ain't winning.
I won't play for Cameroon. We're gonna get smoked. I ain't trying.
He's gonna win something in 2024. It might not be an NBA championship, but he's gonna win something.
It's that simple, Domo. I don't want to play where we're gonna get smoked. I want to play where we're going to win.
Scout help them qualify. Get your clown ass out of here.
Keontae Henson said, "Chill. At what point in the 90s did MJ become the GOAT, and who was it before him?"
It was Jabbar before him, and Mars and I already had a conversation. After they won that third championship, he was crowned by everybody as the best ever.
And then he quit.
Yes, he did.
I still hear Jabbar. Like after LeBron and Jordan, I hear Jabbar as a GOAT more often than any other player after LeBron and Jordan.
Because that was the GOAT before Jordan.
I think Kareem got more love after he retired than he did during his career. From just reading articles and
who got more love, Mars?
Kareem. I think Kareem got loved more after he had already retired and people stopped hating on him for his beliefs.
They didn't talk about him nearly as much as they should have, though. They really didn't.
Yeah, that's my opinion on that.
They didn't talk about him nearly as much. And greatest, yes, Kobe did produce, but he didn't produce like Chamberlain. The top 4 scoring seasons ever in NBA history, Chamberlain. The top 5 rebounding seasons in NBA history, Chamberlain.
What you mean he did produce? He produced the most misses in NBA history. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
LeBron about to break that record.
I'm sorry that you brought that up. So
and then back to Kareem. You got frauds like that other guy that be on what's that show that you got after this, Mars? Whatever show that is, you got frauds like your co-panelists that'll come on here and say that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is and some. Man, some people just need that basketball right for vote. What's up with you, boy?
Dub C.
What's up with you?
Wilt Chamberlain's better.
All right, y'all finna make me grab the boxing gloves and jump in the open gym.
Yeah. Hey, Ron, it's about that time, brother. I gotta bounce. Yo,
you right. It is. And tomorrow we'll be here at the same time, same place. You know where to find us. We will be talking about the New York Knicks.
Let's
Y'all get ready for incoming Julius Randle hate or love. Never know.
Later, fellas.
All right, y'all.
Goodbye.